Chapter 2061. Apart from the purple gold tree, there was nothing else in the entire space. Lin Fei searched up and down for a long time, but he really didn't find anything new. Instead, the power of heavens will appeared very quickly, like a treasure bowl of heaven's will. About an hour later, Lin Fei stopped searching and stood near the altar. 6 subworlds. It seems like this is the reason why it's different. Lin Fei found it hard to imagine who would be so generous. To create such an existence, a god emperor? It didn't seem possible. If it wasn't for the system, Lin Fei couldn't imagine that there would be such a good place right under his nose. With just a little bit of effort, this good place was going to change hands from his hands. The difference between discovering it earlier and later was actually very big. Master, if there are no accidents according to our system's analysis, this place will open in 100 years. Little Devil suddenly said, 100 years. Lin Fei became pensive. This time wasn't long, but it wasn't short either. For the chaotic era of Heaven's will, it could indeed change many things. At the very least, the 10 god dynasties would grow to a very powerful level. At that time, the 6 subworlds would make the 6 god dynasties go out of control. In the end, it would become a battle between the 6 god dynasties, and the final outcome would be changed. Lin Fei thought very quickly, and thought of the situation 100 years later. It seems that the situation in 100 years will change. At this time, Lin Fei completely understood the meaning of the words that were circulating outside. Whoever obtained the subworld could expand their forces, and in the end, they would become the final overlord with unlimited possibilities. Whoosh! Lin Fei gently breathed, and the heavens will power surged. No wonder the profound sky world and the other 5 subworlds were the most powerful existences in the divine world. It turns out that there is such an altar with unlimited possibilities. Lin Fei observed the altar closely. The more he looked, the more he felt that the purple gold tree was extraordinary. It could release the heavens' willpower. How amazing was that? Analyze this purple gold tree for me. Such a tree was also very useful to Lin Fei. At the very least, the 18 clones could quickly become Heavenly Fate realm experts. As for the system itself, it could also increase its destiny points rapidly. One day, the divine range would not be able to keep up. With a place like this, Lin Fei could guarantee his destiny points. No matter how many powers came, he would be able to hold them off. This was Lin Fei's greatest source of confidence. The system was awesome. Energy points had always restricted Lin Fei's growth. Here, without a doubt, it would allow him to grow stronger faster. The system began its in-depth analysis. Lin Fei didn't stay idle. He activated the system and absorbed the drifting heavens mandate energy. Because the heavens will energy was sealed in this small space, none of it leaked out. It was so dense that Lin Fei's eyes turned red. After the conversion, his destiny points rose like a rocket. The 80 million destiny points he had spent earlier were replenished in no time at all. This was simply a cornucopia, and it was boundless, even if the system was opened to the limit. A heavens will vortex formed around Lin Fei, but there wasn't much change to the overall heavens will energy. There's a result. Half a day later, the system finished its analysis. It came to a conclusion. The purple gold tree isn't a complete existence, but a small part of it. If Master can obtain a few other purple gold trees and fuse them together, the production of destiny points might be even greater. Around this altar, there are countless mysterious existences that seal the purple gold tree. If Master is willing, the system can extract it for you and turn it into a powerful heavens will cultivation technique. After analyzing them one by one, Lin Fei's eyes lit up. There is such a part of the mysterious sky world. In that case, were the other 5 subworlds the same, or are they bearing something else? The opening of the altar after 100 years is a huge gift, and it belongs to me now. Lin Fei quickly discovered that there were runes carved around the altar. These were very unfamiliar runes, and it was Lin Fei's first time seeing them. According to the system's analysis, these were special runes that contained the heavens will cultivation technique. It was these runes that suppressed the purple gold tree and produced traces of heavens will energy at the same time. Analyze it for me. Lin Fei was very concerned about the heavens will cultivation technique. Until now, Lin Fei had only seen it from Shen Huangmeng. It was very domineering, and at the same time it was a powerful use of heavens will energy. It could explode a power that was 100 or even 1,000 times stronger than the original. Soon, the Invincible Palace welcomed the second day. The 10 special envoys were all waiting for Di Tian's reply. But as they waited, Di Tian didn't send anyone to inform them. From morning to night, there was no news at all. What does Di Tian mean by this? Meng Li said unhappily. As the 10 special envoys of the Invincible Palace stayed in the designated area, they would bump into each other the moment they came out. Meng Li represented Dynasty Lord Meng Yi, and he had a lot of opinions about Di Tian. Now a day had passed, and Di Tian didn't send anyone to inform them. This was something that made them rather unhappy. What's the hurry? Di Tian can't represent the Tianqian God dynasty, Special Envoy Huang said with a smile, although he said that he actually affected everyone's mood. A few special envoys quickly revealed impatient expressions. They were unhappy that Di Tian didn't come. There were also some special envoys of the Tianqian God dynasty who were very indifferent, as if they weren't affected at all. On this day, Di Tian didn't appear, and there was no movement from the Tianqian God dynasty. On the second day, Di Tian still didn't appear. On the third day, just like the day before, there was still no trace of Di Tian. This time, everyone was unhappy. They couldn't stay in the Tianqian world forever, and their impression of the Tianqian God dynasty also worsened. Until 7 days later, they still didn't see Di Tian appear. This undoubtedly gave them an illusion that Di Tian and the Tianqian God dynasty behind him were just brushing them off. The special envoys of the Tianqian God dynasty flung their sleeves and left angrily. Since the Tianqian God dynasty didn't accept their good intentions, they could only use force. This was a plan that they had planned a long time ago. Peaceful measures before force. Special Envoy Meng Li was the first to leave the Tianqian world, and he was most willing to see such a situation. It also meant that the Tianqian God dynasty had offended all the 10 great God dynasties at once. In 7 days, Di Tian didn't appear for a single day. It was a blatant naked perfunctory attempt on their part. No matter how they tried to explain, they could see the attitude of the Tianqian God dynasty. This result was also the best result for everyone. After all, the Tianqian God dynasty didn't fall into anyone's hands. What happened next would depend on who had the bigger fist, who could swallow the Tianqian God dynasty and even the Tianqian world. Immediately arrange for your men to come over and test the Tianqian world. No matter what their reaction is, you can carry on with the next step. Special Envoy Huang left with a smile, but he didn't go back directly. Instead, he stopped on an uninhabited star in the starry sky, and at the same time he saw a mysterious guest, Mu Rendi. I will make the arrangements. Mu Rendi personally led the team, indicating the importance of this matter. Then it depends on Dynasty Lord Mu. Special Envoy Huang said politely, then turned around and left. For the time being, he didn't want to be too close to Mu Rendi, in case someone saw through him. This was a hidden chess piece of the peerless God dynasty. After Special Envoy Huang left, Mu Rendi revealed a cold smile. I, Mu Rendi, have obtained a child world. As long as I can decipher the secret within, the final owner of the child world will not be decided by you. Mu Rendi had his own ambitions. In fact, he was only temporarily lowering his head. Let me see how different the Tianqian God dynasty is. After the attitude of the Tianqian God dynasty spread, the 10 great God dynasties all took action. They discovered that they were all mobilizing their troops, preparing to deal with the Tianxian world together. On the other side, when Lin Fei returned to the Invincible Palace, 10 days had passed. They've all left. Hearing the report from his subordinate, Lin Fei was slightly startled, but he immediately returned to normal. It seems like they are ready to take action. His original intention that day was to find out where the true secret of the child world was. He didn't expect to stay there for 10 days. If one took a closer look at Lin Fei, they would discover that he was very different from 10 days ago. In the depths of his pupils, the mandate of heavens will flickered, and the mandate of heavens will become stronger. As for their departure, Lin Fei didn't want to do anything. Anyway, it was only a matter of time. With the discovery of the central mysterious space, Lin Fei had nothing to be afraid of. Perhaps in the past, Lin Fei would be afraid of the 10 great god dynasties. Overall, their strength was much weaker, especially in terms of the number of experts. But now, Lin Fei was very calm. The discovery of the special space was equivalent to Lin Fei having enough ammunition. Even after 10 days, the mandate of heavens will in the space did not decrease much. Not even 10% was absorbed. Lin Fei's harvest was also huge. Through the mysterious runes left around the altar, Lin Fei obtained 2 mandate of heavens will cultivation techniques. Now that he had completely grasped them, they had terrifying destructive power. Analyze the Tianxian world and set up the 100 million mandate of heavens will array. Now Lin Fei was rich and overbearing. It would be a waste if he didn't set up such a stable array. It would be best if I could connect to the mysterious space and use the mandate of heavens will to create the first great array. Even though he didn't know who left the array space, there wouldn't be any danger for at least the next 100 years. If he didn't make use of it now, he would be a fool. With this array, Lin Fei could also rest easy. From then on, he didn't need to worry about the 10 great god dynasties, and he would have the confidence to go against them. At the same time, he would have time to explore the mysteries of the other 5 child worlds. Chapter 2062. Lin Fei was very fast. Lin Fei had all the materials needed to set up the formation. He was not lacking in any of them. They had all been swept up previously. Now, they could finally be put to use. Let's set it up outside the spatial formation. Lin Fei swept away all the scouts and started to set up the formation. This formation was very big and required a large amount of resources. With the system, Lin Fei did not have to worry at all. He just had to set it up according to the plan. With a large amount of resources, this destiny formation was slowly taking shape and was gradually being perfected. Combine. After the last position was set up, Lin Fei wanted to combine all the positions to form a huge formation. This step was not difficult. Lin Fei easily completed it. When the formation was combined, a large amount of destiny energy surged in from the center of the formation, supporting the huge formation. The huge mysterious sky world disappeared in the starry sky. Done! Standing in the starry sky, the original mysterious sky world had disappeared without a trace. Even if they used their divine senses to search, they would not be able to find any traces of the mysterious sky world. It was as if it did not exist, but in reality it was in the starry sky. Not bad, not bad. Lin Fei was very satisfied. At the same time, he sent Little Evil Demon to check if everything was fine and to ensure that there were no accidents. This formation would always be activated. Destiny energy? Lin Fei did not care at all. The daily maintenance only consumed a small amount of heaven's mandate energy, which was almost negligible. For others to break the formation, it was as difficult as ascending to the heavens. They could not determine the exact location. The vast starry sky was constantly changing, making it even more difficult. Lin Fei was completely relieved. Now he really wanted to know what would happen when they sent the news back. He did not know what it would be like, but it should be very interesting. In fact, after the scouts were cleared, the second batch of scouts came. When they appeared in the distance, they could not see the mysterious sky world. They could not help but be dumbfounded. If not for the coordinates, they would have thought that they had come to the wrong place. Damn, where is the mysterious sky world? Why is it gone? Did we come to the wrong place? Is it still ahead? The moment these spies arrived, unable to see the profound sky world, even if he used his divine sense, it would be the same. He could not help but suck in a breath of cold air. Could it be that the profound sky world had moved? They searched up and down, and even passed through their original positions. They thought that they would encounter obstacles, but who knew that they could actually pass through? This time they were quite frightened, and hurriedly reported the news back. Something big had happened. The profound sky world had disappeared. In the invincible palace, Lin Fei smiled as he watched them report the news back to their superiors. Mu Rendi's men are impersonating the enemy god dynasty and are heading towards the profound sky world. As the spy reported, another piece of news came. A group of people was approaching the profound sky world. This group of people was Mu Rendi's men who had sneaked out a while ago. At this moment, they disguised themselves as people from another divine imperial court and were charging at Ji Hao with a strong killing intent. From the day he received the news, Lin Fei knew what Mu Rendi wanted to do. Is this a test? Disappeared? In the dream god dynasty, Meng Li was dumbfounded when he heard the report. He hurriedly went to report to the god dynasty lord. In the end, he was scolded by the god dynasty lord. How could the profound sky world disappear? It was extremely ridiculous. Meng Li scolded those spies to death. The profound sky world was a fixed location. How could it disappear? Hence, he contacted his confidant to check. Lord, it's not good. The profound sky world really disappeared. The news came back quickly. This time, Meng Li was really dumbfounded. This time, there was a picture of the truth. He recorded it and saw it clearly. The profound sky world really disappeared. In that place, in a starry sky, the spies passed back and forth. They were not isolated. What the hell? This is really... Meng Li had no choice but to report again. This matter was too big. Could it be that the profound sky world had left after seeing that the situation was not good? But they had never heard that the profound sky world could move. After the god dynasty lord saw it, he could not help but become serious. What kind of joke was this? That was the profound sky world. How could it disappear? No, this emperor needs to go there personally. The god dynasty lord could not sit still. At the same time, the 10 great god dynasties received the news. The profound sky world of the 6 subworlds had disappeared for no reason. This was definitely a big matter. At first, they thought that the spies had seen wrongly. The profound sky world was concealed by the array and they could travel freely. This did not conform to the characteristics of the array. The god dynasty lords were anxious. Hence, a wave of god dynasty lords headed towards the profound sky world. With the strength of the seed of destiny, they arrived at the profound sky world very quickly. The first to arrive was the god dynasty lord. When he saw the boundless starry sky, his calm face revealed a change of expression. It actually disappeared. God Emperor Meng Yi's divine senses swept across the boundless starry sky without stopping. Now he felt that something was wrong. Damn, the profound sky dynasty. Did they really move the profound sky world away? From the bottom of his heart, God Emperor Meng Yi did not really believe that it was true. If they had this ability, the profound sky dynasty would have long become one of the 10 great god dynasties instead of lingering outside. God dynasty, Lord Meng Yi, you are the first god dynasty lord. Did you discover anything? There was a spatial fluctuation. God dynasty, Lord Wushuang appeared in a white robe. He stood in the starry sky not far away and spoke to the god dynasty lord. It's already so obvious. Do you still want us to go and see? The god dynasty, Lord Meng Yi sneered. Although the God Dynasty Lord Wushuang looked young, he was actually very old. He was sinister and cunning. It was not easy to deal with him. We have all underestimated this profound Sky Dynasty. More God Dynasty lords appeared one after another. Almost all of the imperial lords that appeared had the same expression. They all looked at the empty space in disbelief. The profound sky world had disappeared just like that. They were planning to deal with the profound Sky Dynasty, but it actually disappeared. Wasn't this catching them off guard? This was definitely something that made them very unhappy. The God Dynasty lords used their divine senses to check the surroundings of the starry sky, trying to find some traces. However, no matter how they checked, they did not find anything. It was as if it had really disappeared. Inside the invincible palace, Lin Fei smiled as he looked at the situation outside through the system. That should be the God Dynasty Lord Wushuang and the Purgatory Dynasty Lord. Lin Fei saw the changes in their expressions. He was even more confident. Even they could not discover the secret for now. Many beneficial things could be done. After this array was set up, it isolated all connections with the outside world and formed a unique existence. Lin Fei did not have to worry about the scouts sending the news out. Even if he swaggered out now, they could only watch helplessly. I can chat with them now. Chapter 2063. Alarmed. It was truly shocking. The dynasty lords of the 10 divine dynasties had come personally. The impact of this matter was too great. A perfectly good world had disappeared. Just like that, it was so fast that it was unbelievable. That was not a mountain, but a great world. How could it be moved so easily? If it was another star world, in the eyes of those top-notch experts, moving it was not a difficult task. But the mysterious sky world was different. It was a unique existence. Move? There was no need to think about it. Now that the mysterious sky world had disappeared, if it was really moved by an expert, then the strength of this expert would be completely beyond their imagination. What a frightening existence it was. Divine senses kept searching this starry sky. Unfortunately, the mysterious sky world had really disappeared, as if it had never existed. If they were not familiar with the starry sky, they might really believe that there had never been a world under this starry sky. Find it, we must find it. The dynasty lord of the first dream dynasty ordered his subordinates, his expression somewhat grave. Out of the 6 subworlds, one had disappeared. Everyone would be unhappy. There were so few resources. Losing one would be akin to killing them. Ever since the positions of the 10 divine dynasties were confirmed, in their eyes, the final contender for the mandate of heaven would appear among the 10 of them, and not others. Naturally, the 6 subworlds were also something they had their eyes on. Now that one was missing, no matter who it was, they would be unhappy. This meant that they had lost a helping hand on their journey to fight for the mandate of heaven. The other dynasty lords were actually more or less the same. They all sent people to investigate. Find it, we must find it. This was their only thought. They believed that with an all-out investigation, there would definitely be some clues. At that time, the mysterious sky world would still appear before their eyes. However, there was one thing that they did not dare to underestimate, and that was the mysteriousness of the mysterious sky god dynasty. There were top-notch experts in the mysterious sky god dynasty. They might even be experts with the mandate of heaven seed, who could absorb the mandate of heaven energy between heaven and earth, and could fight for a long time. This was enough to give people a headache. One such top-notch expert was still manageable. But if there were 2 or even 3, they would be in big trouble. It was enough to make them secretly wary. Ha ha ha! What wind blew all of you here? Just as everyone's expression was grave, a burst of laughter spread throughout the starry sky. Then a somewhat familiar voice was heard. It's D. Tian. The Dream Dynasty Lord would never be able to forget this voice, even if he died. This was the voice of that damnable Ditian. A cold light flashed in his eyes as his killing intent surged. The first Dream Dynasty master's hatred and killing intent towards Ditian could be said to be the heaviest out of everyone present. As long as Ditian appeared, the Dream Dynasty Lord would inexplicably emit killing intent. As the voice appeared, everyone looked over and recognized the person who had appeared in the starry sky. It was Ditian, the fellow who was rumored to have great authority in the profound sky divine dynasty. Another doubt appeared. Why would Ditian appear here? Could it be? It didn't seem very likely that Ditian would stay here to wait for them. Lin Fei's attitude towards the 10 Imperial Dynasty lords was very calm, and he did not feel any pressure like the others. Seeing the 10 Imperial Dynasty lords' expressions change, the smile on his face became even more brilliant. "Are you Ditian?" "I am the Purgatory Dynasty Lord." The Purgatory Dynasty ruler clasped his hands towards Ditian. This was the first time he met Ditian, but he could tell with a single glance that Ditian was extraordinary. Ditian was already a heavenly mandate realm expert at such a young age. Just based on this point, he was worth paying attention to. "You flatter me," Lin Fei said unhurriedly. "The Purgatory God Dynasty, on the other hand, is very famous. I have been looking forward to it for a long time." The Purgatory Dynasty ruler naturally did not believe Ditian's words, but his words were still very comforting. "Ditian, we have come from afar. Aren't you going to invite us in? We are old friends after all," the first Dream Dynasty Lord said. "Everyone, don't you think so?" Lin Fei was now very confident and had nothing to fear. Even if the 10 divine dynasties attacked, with the support of the heavenly mandate energy, he could continue to resist. It was even more tortoiseshell than a tortoise's shell. "I am really sorry that everyone is a little late. If you had come earlier, the Dynasty Lord would definitely have welcomed you warmly. However, it is not possible recently. My Dynasty Lord has spent a lot of effort to set up the array. Hence, for a period of time, the profound sky world will not see outsiders. Please forgive me." Lin Fei clasped his hands and said. The first Dream Dynasty ruler was slightly angered and focused on the words, "set up the array." The others also heard it clearly. Their hearts skipped a beat. Able to cover up the profound sky world? Could it be that he had set up an array? That was too powerful. Even they might not be able to do it. Just now, they had used their divine senses to search up and down countless times, but had not found anything. This was still an array? Lin Fei was overjoyed and said with a look of realization, "Ah, could it be that everyone doesn't know? That's impossible. The profound sky world isn't like those star worlds that can move, and the profound sky world can't move. My Imperial Lord only set up a formation to hide him." The 10 divine dynasty rulers' expressions turned ugly. Array? To hell with it. There was such a powerful array. Even the powerful divine senses could not see through it? The first Dream Dynasty ruler really did not believe that there was an array here. If it was really an array, the Dynasty Lord of the profound sky, God Dynasty, was too powerful. At that time, if they really wanted to deal with the profound sky God Dynasty, they would definitely have to go through a lot of trouble. For example, the profound sky world in front of them. There is actually such an array. I wonder if little friend Ditian can broaden our horizons. The unparalleled dynasty ruler asked. The others actually had the same thoughts. Lin Fei was put in a difficult position and said, originally, the array cannot be casually opened. However, everyone here is a reputable person. It is not impossible to open the array, letting them see the hidden, profound sky world. Lin Fei was not afraid that they would see through it. Lin Fei turned around and struck out many seals towards the void in front of him. It was very fancy. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The starry sky suddenly trembled. The huge, profound sky world once again appeared in front of everyone's eyes. Looking at the profound sky world in front of them, the dynasty lords swept their gazes back and forth. This was the first time they had seen such a top-notch array. Incredible, truly incredible. The unparalleled dynasty lord clapped his hands and shouted, "My horizons have been broadened." With their eyesight, it was very easy for them to see how extraordinary this array was. Their expressions all changed. This great array actually gave them a feeling that they could not see through it. One by one, the names of the top-notch arrays were searched out by them. None of them could be compared to the array in front of them. Those array in front of this array seemed to be of a lower grade. It was as if they were dwarfs in the presence of a great sorcerer. This time, they finally understood why they could not use their divine senses to search it. With the existence of such a mysterious array, wouldn't it be very difficult for them to deal with the profound sky world in the future? Everyone felt a sense of foreboding. Taoist D. Tian, this array was set up by your dynasty lord? I wonder if I have the honor to pay a visit to your dynasty lord? I am also very interested in researching arrays. The unparalleled dynasty lord asked with a beaming smile. Lin Fei shook his head. I'm afraid that everyone will be disappointed. My dynasty lord is currently resting. I will not be seeing him for a period of time. However, when my dynasty lord is done, I will definitely inform everyone. Resting? Could it be that he had consumed too much energy? Or was there another reason? Everyone's expression changed again. The unparalleled dynasty lord did not intend to leave so easily. One Di Tian was nothing much now. However, this Tian Qian, divine dynasty's dynasty lord, was someone that everyone paid special attention to. He was able to lay out such a formation. If he hid himself in the starry sky, they did not know how they would be able to find him. Di Tian, what you said is wrong. It is rare for 10 of us dynasty lords to appear together. Could it be that your dynasty lord is not willing to come out and meet us? Isn't he putting on too much airs? The unparalleled dynasty lord said in disappointment. This move was impressive. He even pulled the dynasty lord along. Right now, everyone had the same thought. They wanted to meet this mysterious dynasty lord. If possible, they did not mind joining hands to get rid of this profound sky dynasty lord. They would first settle the mysterious profound sky dynasty lord. As for the remaining matters, there would be time to settle them in the future. From the moment this array appeared, they all realized that this profound sky dynasty lord was not easy to deal with. He was exceptionally hard to deal with. They had yet to meet him, but his reputation was already known. That's right. We came all the way here just to meet your dynasty lord. Could it be that we can't even do this? The unparalleled dynasty lord followed up with a smile. With the unparalleled dynasty lord taking the lead, everyone had the same thought. As for whether or not they were taking advantage of the situation, no one knew. However, they were clear about one thing. No matter what, they had to meet that profound sky dynasty lord today. Not meeting him, at most they would just barge in. Since they were all here today, everyone would put down everything and go figure out this profound sky dynasty lord first. Taoist Di Tian, I think it's better if you bring us in. The purple flame dynasty lord, who was dressed in purple robes, said to Di Tian with a hint of pressure. Right now, they were only interested in that profound sky dynasty lord. As for the others, they were not in his eyes at all. Di Tian? So what if he had a reputation? Lin Fei shook his head again. I advise everyone not to pay a visit. When the dynasty lord is resting, he hates it the most. If everyone really wants to pay a visit, the dynasty lord will definitely be unhappy. It's better to do it another day. Ha ha ha, unhappy? So many of us dynasty lords came personally. This is giving him face. What's there to be unhappy about? The unparalleled dynasty lord said sinisterly. The unparalleled dynasty lord wanted to stir up everyone's emotions and force Di Tian to bring them in. That's right. Bring us in quickly. If you don't bring us in, we will tear down your profound sky world. Do you believe me? A smile appeared on Lin Fei's face, but it disappeared in a flash. Boom! All of a sudden, a huge pillar of light soared into the sky. A horrifying aura engulfed the entire starry sky. Chapter 2064. Without any warning, a terrifying aura spread out. This aura came too suddenly, directly sweeping over everyone, causing their expressions to change. What a terrifying power of destiny! It's too thick. I can't believe it's real. As the terrifying aura swept across the entire starry sky, that trembling voice also resounded throughout the starry sky world. No matter who it was, they all trembled at this moment. This was a completely crushing aura. The one who spoke just now was a dynasty lord ranked 8th, called the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord. His entire face suddenly turned black, and a terrifying aura came crushing over, turning into a giant hand, pressing down. Joke, this is a joke. The Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord hurriedly explained, at the same time releasing his destiny aura. Boom! The giant hand pressed down, and the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord's destiny power was completely crushed. A terrifying blast of air swept in all directions. With just this bit of strength, you have the cheek to say that you can destroy the mysterious sky world. Even if I can only use 1/3 of my strength, I can still beat you up. Another palm of destiny power gathered and slapped down. Boom, boom, boom. At this moment, palm after palm slapped down on the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord. Every move carried a killing aura, and at the same time a huge airwave was set off. The Dynasty Lords at the side subconsciously avoided it. The destiny power resisted the attack of the airwave. Too terrifying. This is simply crushing all the way. The Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord is going to suffer a big loss this time. The Dynasty Lords secretly sucked in a breath of cold air. No one dared to believe that the scene before them was real. Inexplicably, this mysterious Sky Dynasty Lord had come out, but unfortunately there was no sign of him. The streams of destiny power in the starry sky seemed to have become the best representation, exuding strength everywhere. In this strength, there was also an invincible, domineering aura. Puff, puff, puff. Although the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord had condensed the seed of destiny and was constantly absorbing destiny power, compared to the destiny power in front of him, the two were not on the same level. There was suppression everywhere. After just blocking a few palm attacks, the following attacks could not be blocked at all. Too fast, too ferocious, how can it be so strong? The Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord vomited blood. However, he still couldn't block the other party's attack. The other party didn't use any techniques or anything else. He only used his incomparably dense heavens mandate energy to crush him. As soon as he used his heaven's will, it was ruthlessly destroyed. You're too weak. Another disapproving voice came from the starry sky. Another terrifying attack appeared in the air. The mandate of heaven's power turned into a blade light. It was invincible and tyrannical, and it slammed into the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord's body. Bam, bam, bam. Then everyone heard a burst of sound. The Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord's body was split into two, and the heaven's will energy in his body was instantly destroyed. With only 10 to 20% of his strength left, the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord, who had reconstructed his body, hurriedly took out a treasure and fled into the void. If you want to leave, then leave. Aren't you looking down on me too much? An even more terrifying aura once again enveloped everyone's hearts. This was even more terrifying than the previous attack. Suppress. The thick power of heavens will turn into a suppress character that suppressed the space where the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord was fleeing. Boom! The intense tremors caused all the dynasty lords present to lose their balance, as if they were about to fall. Looking at the distant starry sky, they saw that it had turned into a huge black hole with merciless astral winds blowing. Everyone could no longer sense the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord's aura. Could he be dead? The dynasty Lord sucked in a breath of cold air. In less than a dozen breaths, the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord was beaten to the point where he disappeared, and he was killed on the spot. They were even more fearful of the final move. That was definitely a Heaven's Will technique. The moment he attacked, he destroyed a part of the starry sky. It did not matter if the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord was dead or alive. It was definitely a huge blow to their vitality. Only at this moment did they truly realize how terrifying this profound sky Dynasty Lord was. That thick Heaven's Will energy would make anyone's eyes turn red with envy and jealousy. The stronger the Heaven's Will was, the more powerful one was, and the more fearless one could be. No one dared to move now. The Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord had been beaten to such a sorry state with just a sentence. They knew that even if they used all their trump cards, they might not be a match for this profound Sky Dynasty Lord. He had said that he would use 1/3 of his strength. This was much stronger than all of them. Lin Fei quietly looked at the changes in their expressions. He felt a wave of comfort in his heart. With a treasure land that produced Heaven's Will energy, he could act without fear. Even though he did not personally make a move, the Heaven's Will energy was controlled by him. I wonder if there is anyone here who wants to tear down the profound sky world. Feel free to step forward and let this Dynasty Lord experience it. The cold voice sounded again. What followed was a terrifying divine sense. This divine sense was filled with tyranny. It smashed the divine senses that they had left outside into pieces, causing them to cease to exist. The Dynasty Lords present all felt a trace of anger. However, they forcefully endured it and did not dare to show any signs of it. They were afraid that they would be seen by the other party and start a fight. With Taoist fellow Profound Sky around, who would dare to tear down the Profound Sky world? The sea-subduing Dynasty Lord revealed an ugly smile as he spoke. I heard that Taoist fellow Profound Sky is resting. I shall not disturb you any further. There are still many matters in the court that I have yet to settle. I will pay a visit another day. The Purgatory Dynasty Lord made up an excuse and turned to leave. Looking for trouble? His guts had grown, hadn't they? Right now, the Purgatory Dynasty Lord no longer had any confidence. His heart was filled with fear. If he did not go back and get rid of the shadow left behind, it would be a weakness to the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord in the future. After throwing down a sentence, the Purgatory Dynasty Lord left very irresponsibly. I also have matters in the court. I shall leave first. I remember that a furnace of elixirs is almost done. I have to go back and oversee it, lest I ruin a furnace of peak-grade elixirs. One by one, the Dynasty Lords turned to leave. The first Dream Dynasty Lord originally wanted to pull everyone along to take the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord down a notch. If there was a chance to take care of him, that would be the best thing. After eliminating the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord, they would think about how to distribute them. In any case, they would not be at a disadvantage. However, they did not expect that this Profound Sky Dynasty Lord would be so ferocious. In just 2 or 3 moves, the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord had disappeared. At the very least, he would be heavily injured. A bunch of cowards. Seeing them leave, the first Dream Dynasty Lord cursed in his heart. Actually, the first Dream Dynasty Lord himself wanted to leave this place. Facing a ferocious Profound Sky Dynasty Lord, the pressure was as great as a mountain, and it was extremely uncomfortable. He turned and prepared to leave. Reason. The first Dream Dynasty Lord did not intend to find a reason at all. He was the first Dynasty Lord. If he wanted to leave, he could leave. Was there a need to say anything? Find an excuse like them? That would be too spineless. First Dream Dynasty Lord, hold on. Don't be in a hurry to leave. The one who spoke was not Lin Fei, but the voice in the starry sky. The first Dream Dynasty Lord's heart skipped a beat. He had a bad premonition. Fellow Daoist Profound Sky, is something the matter? The first Dream Dynasty Lord had no choice but to stop. A terrifying killing intent locked onto him, forcing him to stop. Otherwise, he would expose an opening on his back. Of course there's something. That voice said. Ditian, you should know him, right? I heard that you once made a move on my little junior brother in Demon Emperor Fang's palace, and even chased after him from 10,000 li away. Don't you intend to explain? Little junior brother? The first Dream Dynasty Lord's body trembled slightly, not daring to believe that it was true. This guy was the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord's little junior brother? What kind of joke was this? Misunderstanding. This is a misunderstanding. The first Dream Dynasty Lord cursed in his heart, but he had no choice but to explain. Bullshit, this is not a misunderstanding. Lin Fei added insult to injury. Last time, you chased after me for 10,000 li away. You even used a heavenly mandate art to kill me. I remember it clearly. Do you still want to quibble, senior brother? You have to avenge me. The unparalleled Dynasty Lord and the Sea Suppression Dynasty Lord did not leave. After hearing the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord's words, they finally understood why Ditian had such great authority. He was the Dynasty Lord's little junior brother. They were secretly glad that they did not make a move on Ditian back then. Now, the first Dream Dynasty Lord was unlucky. The first Dream Dynasty Lord wished he could give this bastard Ditian a slap. It would be best if he could kill him with one slap. Will you die if you don't speak? You're exposing my background. Back then, when he chased after Ditian, the Dream First Dynasty Lord had never imagined that such a day would come. He only felt that Ditian was lucky and obtained a bunch of treasures. At that time, in his eyes, Ditian was merely an ant. Who would have thought that one day Ditian would be able to turn things around and become the junior apprentice brother of a Dynasty Lord? Wasn't this a scam? The first Dream Dynasty Lord did not understand this Profound Sky Dynasty Lord at all. He only knew that he was terrifyingly strong. If he fought with such a terrifying person, there was no chance of victory. He did not wish to fight. If he fought with such a mysterious expert, even if he exhausted all his heavenly mandate power, he might not be able to gain the upper hand. He might even be in danger. Since you like to bully the weak, then I will also bully the weak. Boom! In the starry sky, a saber light came. The first Dream Dynasty Lord's expression sank. Profound Sky Dynasty Lord, don't go overboard. Ha 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 ha, overboard, so what? Show! 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 In the starry sky, another dozen saber lights flew out. Each saber light contained immense terror and was completely formed by heavenly mandate power. A single saber light could severely injure a heavenly mandate expert. The moment this saber light appeared, the first Dream Dynasty Lord's forehead twitched. He took out the heavenly mandate weapon fragment and struck down 2 saber lights. The remaining saber lights could not block it. In an instant, the first Dream Dynasty Lord was struck 7 or 8 times, blood flowing. Suppress! Without waiting for the first Dream Dynasty Lord to catch his breath, a large suppress word was cast down. The first Dream Dynasty Lord had seen it before, but had never personally experienced it. When he truly experienced it, the heavenly mandate power in his body suddenly became silent, unable to be activated. His heart instantly sank. Bang! The first Dream Dynasty Lord's powerful physical body exploded on the spot. Lin Fei chased after him and stretched out his hand. The heavenly mandate weapon fragment landed in his hand. Senior brother, I want this thing. Ditian, return my heavenly mandate weapon fragment. The reconstructed and revived first Dream Dynasty Lord's face was pale, seeing the heavenly mandate weapon fragment land in the other party's hand. He immediately screamed as if his beloved woman had been snatched away. Even the heavenly mandate weapon fragment can't unleash its true power. Aren't you ashamed to have it? In the starry sky, a suppress word was cast down. Hua. Chapter 2065. This Jingguang came without any warning. It appeared suddenly and swept the first dynasty lord away, leaving no time to stop it. Lin Fei was clearly startled. Damn, this works too. Lin Fei's system had been monitoring the surroundings, and there was no one hiding in the surroundings. However, the inexplicable appearance of the Jingguang was enough to make Lin Fei unhappy. Analyze it for me immediately. What was that golden light just now? Lin Fei was very unhappy. The sea-suppressing dynasty lord and the unparalleled dynasty lord secretly inhaled a breath of cold air. They looked at each other, a trace of joy flashing in their eyes. This mysterious sky dynasty lord cannot be underestimated anymore. The sea-suppressing dynasty lord transmitted to the unparalleled dynasty lord. The unparalleled dynasty lord nodded to himself. Too terrifying. We have already condensed the seed of destiny, but compared to him, we are truly not on the same level. The first dynasty lord was beaten into a sorry state, and even the weapon of destiny fragment was snatched away. This time, we really suffered a great loss. The two actually wanted to see if the first dynasty lord could resist the other party. If possible, they wanted to study it carefully to see if they could analyze the true strength of this mysterious sky dynasty lord. The current mysterious sky dynasty lord was unbelievably mysterious, and at the same time, unbelievably powerful. However, they had not expected that the profound Sky Dynasty's dynasty lord's combat prowess would surpass their imaginations, easily defeating the first Dream Dynasty's dynasty lord. The heavenly will energy that he unleashed was unbelievably dense, forcefully crushing over. Could it be that the two of you also want to spar with me? Suddenly, a cold voice rang in their ears. The two came back to their senses. This wasn't their territory. With an unbelievably powerful mysterious sky dynasty lord here, it would be easy to deal with them. Mysterious sky dynasty friend, you are mistaken. We will leave immediately. The unparalleled dynasty lord said hurriedly. Right, we will leave immediately. The sea-suppressing dynasty lord came back to his senses. The two did not dare to stay behind. Go back and tell them that I have no interest in contending for the mandate of destiny. If anyone dares to enter the mysterious sky world, I will personally kill them. The unparalleled dynasty lord nodded repeatedly. Yes, I will. I will definitely tell them. Voila! The two of them turned around and left, vanishing without a trace. They're gone. He used a treasure. The little devil sat on Lin Fei's shoulder and said with a smile, I believe that for a period of time they won't do anything to the mysterious sky world. Lin Fei retracted his gaze and returned to the invincible palace. The formation outside was activated once again, and the huge profound sky world disappeared without a trace. News of what happened in the profound sky world quickly spread. Once the news spread, the whole world was in an uproar. The 10 great divine dynasties were incomparably powerful, but now they had actually suffered a great loss at the hands of the profound sky dynasty's lord? No one dared to believe it. As the news spread out, everyone had no choice but to believe it. Only then did all the dynasty lords realize that there was actually such a powerful divine dynasty outside of the 10 great dynasty lords. It was so mysterious that people only knew its name. But this time, everyone knew that this profound sky god dynasty was terrifyingly powerful and easily suppressed the 10 great dynasty lords. The first dynasty lord of the Dream Dynasty was severely injured by the profound sky god dynasty lord. If he had not been rescued, he might have perished outside the profound sky world. This news was even more shocking. The first dynasty lord. What kind of status did he have? He was actually seriously injured just like that. After the incident, the first dynasty lord of the Dream Dynasty was silent, as if to verify this matter. At the same time, another news spread. From the mouth of the unparalleled Dynasty Lord and the Jinhai Dynasty Lord, regarding the profound sky world. At this point, no one doubted the authenticity of this matter, the originally noisy situation. As the Dynasty Lord suffered losses, the profound sky god dynasty, Lord Strength, caused the whole world to become quiet. While it was noisy outside, Lin Fei finally had a discovery. You said that Jingguang came from the destiny list? Hearing this news, Lin Fei was very surprised and shocked. Jingguang actually came from the destiny list. It was really inconceivable. Yes, he came from the destiny list. There's no mistake, the little devil guaranteed. In fact, Lin Fei never doubted the system's analysis. He was just a little surprised this time. He originally thought that someone had made a move, but he didn't expect it to be the destiny list. That destiny list is really a little special. Lin Fei rubbed his chin and thought, originally, I wanted to exhaust the power of the destiny list and beat the first dynasty, Lord Half, to death. I didn't expect that the destiny list would interfere. Sooner or later, it will destroy the destiny list. Imperceptibly, Lin Fei was very unhappy with the destiny list. The first dynasty lord of the Dream Dynasty could obtain the help of the destiny list. That meant that the Yang Fiend dynasty lord must have been taken away by Jingguang. He just didn't notice it at that time. Lin Fei already understood. Master is right. The destiny list is a very special existence. According to our analysis, the dynasty lords of the destiny list will receive protection. Only at the end of the struggle for the destiny list will the destiny list remove this protection. Shameless, really shameless. They actually have protection. Lin Fei agreed with this sentence. From the start, Lin Fei felt that the destiny list was very extraordinary. The only thing he didn't expect was that it had such a protective effect. Forget it, forget it. This time that guy is lucky. Lin Fei took out the fragment of the destiny weapon and began to struggle. After handing it over to the system to suppress, it became Lin Fei's. Master, this destiny weapon fragment is not bad. If you hold this kind of destiny weapon, if it is complete, it can increase your attack power. On top of the original foundation, it can increase your combat strength by 100 times. Lin Fei was slightly shocked. The complete one can increase the attack power by 100 times. 100 times? Lin Fei didn't dare to imagine. Right, it is 100 times attack power. However, it is a fragment now, so it can only display 3 to 4 times the power. Lin Fei was secretly shocked. 3 to 4 times the power is already quite good. The destiny weapon is already a high-level power. With another 3 to 4 times the power, it is enough to run amok. Lin Fei had seen the Dream Dynasty Lord wielding the destiny weapon fragment and displayed a powerful combat strength. A weapon in hand could indeed increase a person's combat strength by a lot. The Dream Dynasty Lord was a good proof. Then, Master, do you want a destiny weapon? The little devil tempted. Lin Fei's eyes lit up. Of course I want it. However, you are not joking. A complete destiny weapon can increase the attack power by 100 times. Right now, there is not a single complete destiny weapon out there. Hee, although it is a bit difficult to obtain a complete destiny weapon. I am an invincible system. I am the invincible system. A mere weapon of destiny is nothing to me. Now that Master has a fragment, the system can analyze and calculate it, then create a fake weapon of destiny. Although it won't be able to unleash 100-fold increase in power, it will be around 40 times stronger. Lin Fei stood up happily. A counterfeit can also be created? 40 times the power. Lin Fei was quite satisfied. Killing people was like cutting vegetables. Of course, this is all thanks to the Dream Dynasty Lord. If not for him contributing the destiny weapon fragment, even I would not be able to analyze it and create a counterfeit. Hurry up and create a counterfeit. Lin Fei never thought that a fragment of a destiny weapon would actually have such a great use. A knockoff Heaven's Will weapon with a 40 times increase in attack power was simply a godly weapon that could destroy anyone it wanted to kill. Because the system wanted to analyze the counterfeit, it would take at least a few days, and in the process, it would consume destiny points. Lin Fei didn't care at all. It was just destiny points. Just use it. This daddy is a nouveau riche. I want to kill Di Tian and that mysterious Sky Dynasty Lord. In the secret room of the Dream Dynasty Lord. Dream One Dynasty's Lord looked dispirited and listless, completely different from his earlier high-spirited appearance. Ever since he was saved by that Jingguang, the Dream Dynasty Lord could not forget the scene in the mysterious sky world. Every time he thought about it, it was as disgusting as swallowing a fly. All this was because of that damned Di Tian and that mysterious Sky Dynasty Lord. Every time he thought of this, the Dream Dynasty Lord's entire face would contort, becoming sinister and extremely terrifying. This time, the Dream Dynasty Lord's injuries were not light. The other party's destiny power had not been cleansed yet, and it was still wreaking havoc in his body. This was still secondary. What he could not accept was that he lost a destiny weapon fragment that was obtained with great difficulty, and it fell into Di Tian's hands just like that. The divine sense on it was also quickly erased. The Dream Dynasty Lord knew that it was erased by the mysterious Sky Dynasty Lord. Di Tian did not have this ability. Damn it, my destiny weapon fragment. The Dream Dynasty Lord flew into a rage. Roars could be heard, but he had no way to deal with Di Tian for the time being. The entire divine realm maintained a rare state of peace. Half a month later, the chaotic war started again. The mid-sized god dynasties and mid-sized god dynasties kept fighting. The large god dynasties, on the other hand, maintained a rare silence. In reality, everyone understood that many of the mid-sized god dynasties had been subdued by the large god dynasties, becoming another part of their war. Especially the 10 great god dynasties. They would not easily start a war for the time being. Everyone was accumulating strength. The best way to accumulate strength was through continuous war, and then obtaining all sorts of resources. This was the best way. Hence, while the 10 great god dynasties were peaceful, the mid-sized god dynasties were in chaos. The divine realm was once again in the flames of war. In the mysterious sky world, there was a rare silence. There were no scouts in the vicinity. Who knew if that mysterious Sky Dynasty Lord would make a move? Moreover, the mysterious sky world had always been hidden under the formation, and it was difficult to sneak in. After a long time, there was naturally no one to monitor them anymore. In a secret room, Lin Fei happily held a saber that was purple gold in color and emitted a powerful destiny aura. Purple Moon Sacred Saber. What a good name. Lin Fei grabbed the Purple Moon Sacred Saber, feeling very satisfied. The moment he grabbed it, the power fused perfectly. After the system's analysis and production, the first imitation product was finally produced. It consumed a large number of destiny points, but in Lin Fei's eyes it was all worth it. Chapter 2066. Purple Moon Sacred Saber. Lin Fei likes it very much. Its entire body is purplish gold with arcs of light flashing around. Lin Fei really finds it hard to believe that this is the appearance of the complete fragment. With a 40 times increase in combat strength, Master can solve a lot of problems with it. Little Evil Demon said proudly. After seeing the finished product, Lin Fei is very satisfied. Where can I get this kind of good stuff from? If that person knew about this, he would probably vomit blood. He contributed a top-notch weapon to me for nothing. Lin Fei played with the Purple Moon Sacred Saber. He loves it so much that he can't bear to part with it. Although he did not experiment with it, he can clearly feel the terrifying might of the Purple Moon Sacred Saber. Voila! In a distant starry sky, Lin Fei quietly appeared and stood in the starry sky. That uninhabited star will do. In the distance, an uninhabited star appeared in Lin Fei's vision. After scanning with his divine sense, Lin Fei confirmed that there is no life on that star. To put it simply, it is a dead star. Lin Fei has become the target. Go. The purple moon, sacred saber, landed in his hand. Lin Fei casually swung the saber. The purple saber light slashed across the sky and landed on the uninhabited star. Boom! With just one slash, the uninhabited star was torn into pieces. Shoo! 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 Lin Fei swung the saber again. The originally calm starry sky is suddenly filled with astral winds. Not far away, the starry sky is like a ditch. It is in disorder. It was brought out by Lin Fei's saber just now. A 40 times increase is indeed terrifying. I wonder what 100 times attack will be like. If it was in the past, it would not be so easy for Lin Fei to destroy a star world. But now, with the support of the purple moon sacred saber, he can easily destroy a star world. Lin Fei is very satisfied. Furthermore, he did not use his full strength before. If he used his full strength, Lin Fei is very clear that it will reach a certain level. The power is not bad, right? It is best for killing heaven's mandate experts. Lin Fei nodded. Indeed, not only does the purple moon sacred blade increase attack power, it also has the unique characteristics of a heavenly mandate weapon. Unfortunately, it is not complete. Master, when will you find the other fragments? Then I can make a complete one. The little demoness laughed. Lin Fei suddenly thought of something. Now that the first counterfeit weapon of destiny has been made, I wonder if I can make another one. That's right. Lin Fei didn't just want a weapon of destiny, even if it was a knockoff. Yes, but the increase in combat power is not 40 times, at most 15 times or so. Lin Fei's main body had the purple moon sacred saber, but his 18 clones did not. After confirming the might of the purple moon sacred saber, the purple moon sacred saber did not have one. He couldn't help but think about the destiny weapon. If it's 15 times, then so be it. That's already very shocking. Lin Fei was very satisfied. A fragment of a heavenly mandate weapon could multiply its power by several times. Now the knockoff could multiply it by 15 times, which was already very satisfying. At the very least, Lin Fei was satisfied. As long as he gave it to his 18 clones, his combat power would soar. At that time, if he met a heavenly mandate realm expert, he would be able to deal with them one-sidedly. I wonder how many heavenly mandate points a fragment of a weapon of destiny would cost. Cheap. A knockoff weapon of destiny would cost 30 million heavenly mandate points. This number was still acceptable to Lin Fei. Although it was a huge price, to Lin Fei it was necessary. Furthermore, he had a treasure basin, so he was not afraid of consumption. Very soon, the knockoff purple moon sacred saber was made, a total of 19 pieces. If it was before, Lin Fei would not dare to do it. His net worth could not withstand the torment. But now, there was no need to worry about it. With that treasure basin, Lin Fei did not care about mere heavenly mandate points. As for the new purple moon sacred saber, Lin Fei was too lazy to give it a name. Anyway, once it was made, it would be purple gold in color. Compared to the purple moon sacred saber in Lin Fei's hands, the heavenly mandate pressure was much weaker. This was also the reason why there was no weapon of destiny fragment. Looking at the row of 18 clones holding the purple moon sacred saber, the more Lin Fei looked, the more satisfied he was. His combat power had greatly increased. Mu Rendi wanted to play tricks last time. You guys play with him. After Lin Fei distributed the purple moon sacred saber, he arranged for the clones to do something. Teach Mu Rendi a good lesson. The last time Mu Rendi brought people out, he wanted to enter the profound sky world. Who would have thought that there would be a formation blocking them, and they could not find the way in, so they could only return without success. Lin Fei naturally saw this small action. Now that everyone was quite frightened, Lin Fei naturally did not plan to let Murendi have an easy time. No matter what, he had to go and torment him. Anyway, Counterkill was famous, so there was really nothing to worry about. Murendi was in a bad mood recently. He originally wanted to use the opportunity to attack the Profound Sky World, but when the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord made a move, he was so frightened that he returned to the Mu Family God Dynasty and did not dare to do anything. That scene was still unforgettable until now. Special Envoy Huang, the last time you said that you wanted to deal with the Profound Sky World, and now you say that you don't want to deal with it. What exactly do you want? Murendi looked expressionlessly at Special Envoy Huang, who was not far away. Special Envoy Huang actually did not want to come. The Profound Sky Dynasty Lord was really not easy to deal with, and his background was mysterious. Even though he only made a move for a short while, it made people unable to forget the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord's tyranny. Even the first Dream Dynasty Lord was beaten to the point of vomiting blood, let alone them. Because of the previous incident, Special Envoy Huang did not have a good time in the court. The court used all kinds of reasons to blame him, and now Special Envoy Huang was sent here. Special Envoy Huang could only blame himself for being unlucky. Why did such a thing happen to him? Dynasty Lord Mu, this matter was indeed our negligence. Even though Special Envoy Huang was angry, it was not the time to fall out with them. The Peerless God Dynasty still had to pull Murendi into their camp. This is what our Peerless God Dynasty Lord asked me to pass to you. After seeing it, Murendi's expression became a little better. Murendi was indeed brooding over the previous incident. If not for his good luck, he would have completely offended the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord, and even his vitality would have been greatly damaged. Originally, he did not take Di Tian seriously, but now Murendi did not dare to look at him that way anymore. The Profound Sky Dynasty Lord's little junior brother was too illustrious. So illustrious that Murendi felt a little afraid. The first Dream Dynasty Lord was only chasing after Di Tian. During this period, he did not succeed and was almost killed on the spot by the Profound Sky Dynasty Lord. He was simply a ferocious tiger. Originally, Murendi felt very good about himself. With his own strength, he would be able to swallow the surrounding subworld sooner or later. Now that the Profound Sky Dynasty had appeared like a dragon crossing the river, he was quite frightened. Although he had a trace of resentment towards the Peerless God Dynasty, Murendi did not want to offend them. He still needed them now. Boom! 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 As the two conversed, a huge spatial fluctuation reverberated in their ears. Murendi's face darkened. He disappeared from his position and appeared in the sky above the Profound Sky Dynasty. His powerful divine sense swept out, and he saw a scene that made Murendi feel as if he had lost his life. Those figures flashed back and forth. Then the people on his side fell from the sky. Counterkill organization. Murendi's eyes were scarlet red. In a short time, the experts guarding the important cities were all killed by the swarm of bees. Among them, there were even 2 or 3 Heaven's Mandate experts. This, in the distance, 10 figures were like ferocious tigers, and the power of Heaven's Mandate constantly bombarded them. Men, kill them for me. Don't leave a single one alive. Murendi's chest trembled violently. A weapon appeared in his hand, and he charged over. Previously, when he was ambushed by Counterkill, Murendi had suffered a great loss. He did not expect that Counterkill would come again. It was like a thorn in Murendi's heart. Counterkill organization. Special Envoy Huang revealed a trace of surprise. He had heard of this organization before. It was extremely powerful. Murendi, this is just the beginning. In a corner of the Mu Family God Dynasty, Lin Fei stood quietly. Now they are all attracted there. I can also look for the secret. Ever since he discovered the secret of the profound heavens world, Lin Fei looked forward to the other world even more. hoping to find something good. Even if there was only a large amount of Heaven's Mandate energy, Lin Fei was very happy. On the contrary, other things were not useful to him. It was not as practical as this thing. Boom! Boom! Looking at the 10 clones in the sky, Lin Fei grinned and disappeared, heading straight to the underground of the Hell World. Start searching. Lin Fei no longer cared about what was happening outside. Chase! Chase them! Mu Rendi was so angry that he almost vomited blood. The 10 black-robed men did not fight with him. Instead, they chose to retreat after a single strike and kept changing places in the Hell World. They were ruthless. Under the attack of 10 Heaven's Mandate experts, the huge god dynasty began to become chaotic. Especially when Heaven's Mandate experts were killed, it was undoubtedly a provocation to Mu Rendi. Even if the Heaven's Mandate experts did not die, they would be heavily injured. For example, now that they heavily injured another Heaven's Mandate expert, they turned and ran to the next place, not fighting with them. This made Mu Rendi very unhappy. Open the formation. Don't let them escape. Mu Rendi was getting angrier. Last time, he couldn't do anything to them. This time, if he did not make them stay, Mu Rendi would be the first to not forgive himself. Lord Mu, these people from Reverse Kill are too despicable. I also brought some people. They are experts in joint attacks. Special Envoy Huang caught up, secretly shocked by the people from Reverse Kill. Their battle was too strong. After such a long time, it was very likely that they were all experts with Heaven's Mandate seeds. 10 Heaven's Mandate experts with Heaven's Mandate seeds appearing at one time was definitely very rare. Then I will trouble you. Mu Rendi agreed. The 10 clones went straight to the same place and attacked with all their might. At first, they were dealing with the Heavenly Fate realm experts. Then, they directly attacked the God Emperors. Each time, they didn't stay for long. As soon as Mu Rendi and the others caught up, they immediately left. The difference in time between each attack was very small. This made Mu Rendi even more furious and roared from time to time. Mu Rendi, listen up. Our Reverse Kill is very interested in your Hell World. There are also other subworlds. If you know what's good for you, hand them over immediately. Otherwise, we will make your Hell World restless. One of the black-robed men laughed, his voice echoing throughout the entire Hell World. Mu Rendi cursed. Who the hell do you think you are? How dare you spy on the Hell Realm? Today I'll make it clear. As long as I'm alive, your counterkill will be the eternal enemy of the Mu family. Mu Rendi's killing intent soared. Ha ha ha! You don't deserve to be the enemy of our Reverse Kill. So well hidden. It had been 3 days. Lin Fei's system had been running, analyzing the entire Hell World. It was harder than he had imagined. After 3 days, Lin Fei still hadn't found the secret of the Hell World. However, he wasn't worried at all. If he could find it in the profound sky world, then the other subworlds were just a matter of time. Deep underground, Lin Fei opened up a small space. He sat cross-legged, opening the system's 3D image. As the image kept changing, Lin Fei saw a battlefield. Mu Rendi's expression is quite interesting. In the image, Mu Rendi's dark face appeared. It had been 3 days. The 10 doppelgangers that Lin Fei left behind in these 3 days caused chaos in the entire Hell World. Every city was raided and countless people died. Now, in the Hell World, the Mu clan was afraid of the Reverse Kill organization. God Emperor experts were killed in a single move, and Heavenly Mandate experts didn't dare to approach. In 3 days, the 10 doppelgangers came and went freely in the Hell World. Mu Rendi, who was behind them, organized several attacks, but it didn't work. Instead, he took lives. This made Mu Rendi's face even darker. At the same time, the news of the Reverse Kill organization appearing in the Hell World and saying that they were targeting the Hell World immediately attracted the attention of the surrounding subworlds. Originally, everyone was afraid of Mu Rendi's Mu clan god dynasty. However, with the rise of the profound sky god dynasty, Mu-Rendi's Mu clan god dynasty was nothing. While they were in a state of panic, even if that rumor was spread out, no one would believe that it was true. Not interested in heavenly mandate? Do you really think everyone is a fool? Who would believe you even if you say it? Maybe it's just to confuse everyone. The other 4 subworlds were even more afraid of the profound sky world. Before they could come up with a countermeasure, the Hell world was attacked by the reverse kill group. They even spread the news, which was a big blow to the other 4 subworlds, who knew if the reverse kill organization was really interested in the other subworlds. Therefore, seeing that he couldn't eliminate the 10, Mu-Rendi contacted the other 4 subworlds. As for the profound sky world, forget it. The dynasty lords of the other 4 subworlds discussed and agreed to take action, because Mu-Rendi took out his authority as the Alliance Lord. On the second day, the dynasty lords of the 4 subworlds came and joined the team to eliminate the reverse kill organization. Unfortunately, the encirclement was not very successful. Every time, they would be broken out, leaving everyone staring at them. For a moment, the Hell world was in a mess again. It's about time. Now that the reverse kill organization had attracted everyone's attention, Lin Fei's goal had been achieved. If this continued, the heavenly mandate experts of the other god dynasties might come. The 10 clones received the order and scuttled underground, quickly returning to Lin Fei's body without anyone noticing. Go after them, we can't let them leave. Although Mu-Rendi didn't know why they went underground, it was not a big deal to him. It was fine as long as he killed them. Lord, they're gone. They're not here. They're really gone. What the hell? One by one, his subordinates came back to report. Chapter 2067. Following Mu-Rendi's order, the entire infernal realm began to move. However, what made Mu-Rendi unable to believe was that the 10 members of the reverse kill organization seemed to have vanished into thin air, disappearing from the infernal realm just like that. This made Mu-Rendi vomit blood after hearing this. Search. Even if we have to turn the entire infernal realm upside down, we must find those 10 people. Mu-Rendi roared, his voice echoing throughout the infernal realm. The people of infernal realm began to move once again, searching inch by inch. Regardless of whether it was on the ground or underground, there were experts searching everywhere. Mu-Rendi mobilized all of them, afraid that they would miss any part of the search. After 3 days and 3 nights of searching, those 10 people seemed to have disappeared. They had completely disappeared. Whether it was Mu-Rendi or the other dynasty lords, all of this seemed abnormal. However, to the people of Infernal Realm, those 10 terrifying Heavenly Fate realm experts were like sharp swords floating above their heads, ready to slash down at any moment. The entire Infernal Realm was in chaos. Before they could find those people, Mu-Rendi had no choice but to order a lockdown. Especially at night, no one was allowed to go out on the streets. At the same time, all kinds of people began to search. If there was anything wrong, they would be severely interrogated. For a time, the entire Infernal Realm was in a state of panic. Good, this is good. Lin Fei recalled his doppelganger and paid attention to what was happening outside. He, this time, Mu-Rendi, is going to have a good time. A chaotic Infernal Realm was exactly what Lin Fei wanted to see. No matter what, he had to make Mu-Rendi unhappy. As long as the investigation was not carried out, the Infernal Realm would feel uneasy. After a few days, he would let his clone go out and show himself. Lin Fei revealed a smile. At that time, there would be a good show to watch. Thus, Lin Fei no longer cared about it. Now, he just needed to wait for the system's analysis. In the following days, Mu-Rendi commanded people every day, trying to find those people. However, as time passed, the 10 black-robed people seemed to have really left, never to appear again. They had completely disappeared without a trace. Mu-Rendi roared every day. The more time passed, the more uneasy Mu-Rendi became. He couldn't imagine those people from the reverse kill organization. Where are they hiding? In the blink of an eye, 5 days passed. Everyone in the infernal world was in a bad mood. No one knew where they would appear, so every city entered a state of alert. The more he thought about it, the more it came. On the 6th day, the members of Inverse Kill appeared again. They destroyed more than a dozen cities and killed a large number of experts. They disappeared again, leaving only their corpses behind. Reverse Kill. After Mu Rendi arrived, he roared again. On the other side, Lin Fei also gained something. After spending a large amount of destiny points, there was finally a result. I thought it would take at least half a month. Lin Fei sighed. A smile appeared on his face as he headed straight for the mystery he had discovered. This time, there were a total of 6 locations that needed to be searched one by one. As long as the location was revealed, Lin Fei had nothing to worry about. He rushed to the corresponding location one by one. I don't have that. No, not really. Very soon, there was only one place left. It was located near an underground river in the infernal world. Hua hua hua! The moment he entered the underground river, Lin Fei heard the sound of flowing water. This was a huge black river. The river water was tumbling and monsters were constantly jumping up. Here, at a location in the Black River, Lin Fei rushed in. As soon as he went down the Black River, a large group of evil fish welcomed him. They were densely packed, causing one's scalp to go numb. But to Lin Fei this was nothing. Lin Fei opened his mouth and exhaled. That was the power of destiny. Hua hua hua! With this breath, half of the densely packed evil fish were killed. Lin Fei soon arrived at the bottom. Hee, it's an array formation again. Lin Fei left it to the system to deal with. Anyway, breaking arrays was not his forte. On the other hand, those evil fish did not fear death and came forward, but they were unable to reach Lin Fei. After some time, Lin Fei finally managed to break through the array. Then he rushed in. Whoosh! It's really an independent space. As soon as he entered, the rich power of destiny rushed towards him. Soon he found the middle position. It was also an altar, including a mysterious purple gold tree. It was exactly the same as the one in Tianxian World. It seems that every subworld has such a place where destiny power is born. Lin Fei understood some of the situation. It seems that this is the place where the last 6 destiny powers are fighting for the most. After searching for a while, Lin Fei sat down cross-legged. This infernal world space did not have anything special. It also had a huge amount of destiny power. Awesome. However, soon a headache came. There's a huge amount of destiny power here. I can't stay here forever. Lin Fei frowned. The destiny power here was too huge. It was definitely not something that could be absorbed in a short period of time. Stay here forever? Lin Fei did not have this idea. Master, you can build an energy pagoda. It can absorb destiny power for you. As long as you have a certain amount of time, you can come and collect it. The little devil said disapprovingly. Lin Fei entered a fixed state of mind and did not think too much. Now that he heard the little devil's words, his eyes lit up. This was a good idea. He immediately opened the treasury and found a high-grade energy storage pagoda. The price was not cheap. Lin Fei bought 10 of them in one go and installed one in each of the 10 locations. Once activated, it turned into a huge whirlpool. What a fast speed! Lin Fei stood at the side and watched for a while. As the destiny power was absorbed, it gathered together and became a common energy block. Good stuff. This is really good stuff. Although it was only a part of it, Lin Fei saw it clearly. The energy in the energy block was very pure. There was no wastage. It could be absorbed by the system. There was another method. It could also be directly absorbed without any consumption. It could be directly converted into destiny power. Good. We can go now. Lin Fei was completely relieved. As long as there was time, he could come and collect it. Before leaving, Lin Fei let the 18 clones eat their fill. They absorbed a large amount of destiny power. Murendi, we will be back. The infernal world shook. The activated formation was broken by a saber ray, and 10 black figures rushed out. Murendi, who was still searching for reverse kill, suddenly heard this voice. His heart sank, and he appeared outside, looking at the backs of the 10 black-robed men. Bastard! Murendi cursed. What the hell? Where are they hiding? Murendi felt like he was hit in the head again. It was just these 10 people that consumed a lot of manpower and resources. In the end, it was all in vain. How could Murendi accept this news? He gritted his teeth so hard that they almost broke. When this news spread, everyone was in an uproar. How did this reverse kill do it? Well, everyone was still talking about the reverse kill organization. Zhang Xian and the others were talking about the reverse kill organization. Another piece of news came. Reverse kill's invasion of the Moan world caused a huge commotion. God Emperor Shueteng, who was watching the show, almost fainted. He quickly brought his people back. He kept muttering in his heart, "Why did they come to the Moan world? Aren't they tormenting people?" It didn't matter if they were tormenting people or not. Reverse kills people once again came to the Moan world. The Moan world was in an uproar. Just like the infernal world, the Moan world was tormented for a month. Murendi also came personally, but he still couldn't find them. It was as if the curtains of the infernal world had opened. Starting from the infernal world, reverse kill continuously visited the subworlds. After the Moan world, the Genesis world, the Bloody Fiend world, and the Sky Fusion world were all tormented by reverse kill. The news spread like wildfire. Everyone couldn't figure out what reverse kill was trying to do. In a year's time, the 5 subworlds were swept clean. In the entire divine realm, it was hard not to know about them. At the same time, they also remembered this organization. The 10 heavenly fate realm experts broke through the ambush time and time again. Reverse kill's influence also increased imperceptibly. When everyone thought that reverse kill would go to the profound sky world to torment them, they turned around and left. It was a big blow to those who were watching the show. It turned out that they were afraid of the profound sky world. Finally, I can rest. In 1 year, Lin Fei went to all 5 subworlds. Among them, there were quite a few subworlds that were quite difficult to enter. They were hidden too deeply. Thanks to the system, Lin Fei was able to enter them without anyone noticing. A year had passed since he went to all 5 subworlds. Returning to the Invincible Palace, Lin Fei placed pieces of energy blocks in front of him. They were completely black in color, and each of them could explode with super strong destructive power. This should be the same as those immortal stones. The energy tower was placed in the space. Lin Fei obtained the first batch of energy blocks, and this was only the beginning. He could go and collect them every half a year. It could be said that Lin Fei was the richest person in the entire divine realm. Comparing heavenly fate energy, the difference was too big. I wonder what kind of expression those people will have when they see the empty space with not much destiny energy left after 100 years. Lin Fei really wanted to see. No matter who left it behind, it belonged to him now. 100 years later, Lin Fei didn't care. Whoever wanted it could have it. Fight for heavenly fate? You guys can slowly fight for it. The war between the dynasties in the divine realm was still ongoing. Lin Fei was also quietly watching. Soon a dynasty rose up. It was an old acquaintance of Lin Fei's, the all-heaven divine emperor who took the blame back then. He was now a dynasty lord and constantly annexed other dynasties. His overall strength increased by leaps and bounds, charging into the top 20 and then the top 15, becoming a dynasty that shook the world. Ever since the 10 great dynasties suffered losses, they didn't make a move on the subworlds. Instead, they started annexing other dynasties and temporarily put the subworlds aside. In the blink of an eye, 30 years had passed. While the entire divine realm was in chaos, there was only one place that was relatively quiet, and that was the mysterious sky world. Those who thought that the Tianqian dynasty lord had other ideas were dumbfounded. After that day, the mysterious sky world seemed to have really disappeared. The array shrouded it every day, and until now, no one had been able to break it. In 30 years, the mysterious sky world seemed to have been forgotten. Those who had been wary of the mysterious sky god dynasty secretly heaved a sigh of relief. They were really worried that the Tianqian dynasty lord would be involved. That wasn't so easy to deal with. Now that he wasn't involved, they were the happiest. However, to the 10 great dynasty lords, that Tianqian dynasty lord was the most terrifying. Until now, no one had found anything, and the information they had was pitifully little. Someone has broken in. In the past 30 years, Lin Fei was more leisurely. Other than accompanying his wife, there was almost nothing to do. At the same time, Lin Fei's forces had increased greatly in these 30 years, especially those at the level of unrivaled divine emperor. With the transformation of the heavenly fate, they had become terrifyingly strong. His 18 doppelgangers were secretly dispatched. With the purple moon's sacred saber, he easily brought back the corpse with 15 times the attack power. Even if it was a puppet, Lin Fei wasn't dissatisfied. However, these good days were interrupted by the system's information. Lin Fei's leisurely life was interrupted. When the system opened, an image appeared. This is the independent space of the infernal world. Lin Fei recognized it. However, at this time there was an old man standing on the altar in the space. It's him. Seeing this old man, Lin Fei was shocked. Isn't he being hunted down? Why is he here? Could it be that he knows the secret of this subworld? Lin Fei's heart skipped a beat. He had to thank the system for this place, but the other party could enter so easily. What was the background of this old man? The old man appeared on the altar as soon as he entered the space. The heavenly fate space is destined to belong to me. The old man smiled and soon frowned. He appeared in a place where the energy tower was. His eyes flickered and he exclaimed. There was an expression of disbelief on his face. How is this possible? Did someone enter this place? The old man didn't recognize the metal equipment in front of him at all, but he remembered that there was no such thing back then. And in the world, only a handful of people knew how to enter this place. Feeling the energy fluctuations, his face turned even uglier. Who? Who came in? Could it be them? On the other side, Lin Fei was shocked. There was actually someone in this world who knew how to enter, and it was the super dangerous person he saw back then. Bang! Bang! The metal tower exploded, and the energy blocks fell. Strange, really strange. The old man picked them up, his face full of doubt. Could it be that they came in? Impossible, the heavenly fate array outside was set up by those old guys. Unless the time is up, no one can enter. Lin Fei was glad that he wasn't inside. If he encountered this guy, it wouldn't be so easy to deal with him. It was a pity that his energy tower still had energy blocks. Then, the old man appeared in the second energy tower. It seemed that he was going to destroy all of them. Lin Fei was anxious. Destroying one was equivalent to losing a large number of heavenly fate points. He had to be anxious. Chapter 2068. Seeing that the rest of the energy towers were doomed, Lin Fei immediately activated the energy towers speaking mode. This mode had always been there, and Lin Fei had never thought of using it one day. From the day it was set up, Lin Fei had never thought of using it. There was really no need for it. Anyway, there was no one here, and Lin Fei would not use this mode at all. Who would have thought that in just 30 years, not even 100 years, an old man would come, and the system had evaluated him as a very dangerous person. This made Lin Fei very unhappy. He had hoped to accumulate wealth within 100 years, but now that the old man had appeared, it meant that his future plans had changed. Since the old man could come in, perhaps the second person could also come in. Who is it? The old man was very surprised to actually hear a voice. This made him very confused because he did not sense anyone inside. Other than him, there was no one else in this place, and he was confident that no one could hide in front of him, except for those two people. To be more specific, there should be half a person. That person's concealment method was very powerful, and until now, the old man had not been able to find a way to break it. However, he was sure that there was really someone there, but that person was very patient and did not reveal any flaws. Now that he had encountered another mysterious existence, the old man suddenly felt that he was getting old. "No need to look, I'm right in front of you." Whoosh! A shadow directly appeared in front of the old man. The shadow did not have a face, and it was just a simple person. Interesting, interesting. A strange look flashed in the old man's eyes. This must have been created by you through this metal equipment. It's good that you know. This place has already been contracted by me, sir. You should go somewhere else. After receiving the little devil's guarantee that it was absolutely safe, Lin Fei had nothing to worry about. Last time it was in close range, and he could not show himself. Then this time, Lin Fei had nothing to be afraid of. It was so far away. Who was afraid of who? You talk big. Although I don't know how you came in. You should know that this place is not for you to own. The old man said lightly. A fierce look flashed across his eyes. Are you threatening me? Lin Fei sneered. I was the one who discovered this place first. You're the one who came later. You should understand. The old man was indeed surprised. This place, in this world, only a handful of people knew about it. The old man was very suspicious as to how the other party had entered, and even set up such a thing. It was something that he had never seen before. Right now, you are just an illusion without any power. If this old man wants to destroy you, it will be as easy as flipping my hand. The old man laughed. Destroy me? You can do it, but as long as you kill me, I'm afraid that some of the information I know will be leaked out. Presumably, you don't want others to know. Lin Fei wasn't afraid of threats. If you dare to threaten me, then I'll threaten you first. The old man's expression suddenly changed, but quickly returned to normal. Threatening me? That's really interesting. What's there to threaten an old man? The old man said coldly. His tone was also a bit colder. I heard that you're a descendant. It seems like you're being chased. I know that you want to use this to absorb the mandate of heaven's energy to improve your strength. But I don't like you being here. Lin Fei didn't expose himself last time. He wasn't afraid that the other party would recognize him. Things were different now compared to the past. Afraid? There was really nothing to be afraid of. Amazing, amazing. You're the first to guess my origin. The old man's heart was in turmoil. Regarding descendants, there were only a handful of people in the world who knew about it. I'm very curious. Which old monster are you? Maybe we know each other. There's no need to meet. I'm not interested in what happened to you in the past. Lin Fei knew that the other party had misunderstood. This was what Lin Fei wanted to see. If he didn't misunderstand, how could he maintain a sense of mystery? You walk your path, and I walk my path. Now, you should know why I can come in. The old man couldn't figure out who this person was, although his identity was a secret in this world. It was highly likely that he knew something about the situation. He knew that no one in this world knew that he had been able to enter this place. He had avoided danger after danger to break through the spatial spell formation. Now that the other party could come in and reveal his secret, it was very likely that he was an old monster who had survived. For a moment, he suspected that he was one of those old monsters from the forbidden area. No, the old man wouldn't give up on this space. Lin Fei could only clench his teeth. This old man seemed to be very reluctant to leave, which made him very unhappy. Little devil, do you have a way to change the internal structure of this array and form a new one? Lin Fei suddenly asked the little devil. The other party could appear in the space of the infernal world. Perhaps he would soon come to his world. This was very bad. At the very least, Lin Fei had to keep one in his hands. Yes, but according to the degree of danger this person is, we can change the array. He can definitely break it. At most, it will take a few years. Then later, we'll change our place first. No matter what, we have to discuss this guy. Lin Fei didn't plan to let the old man take advantage of him. This old man is not afraid of you leaking it. Moreover, if you leak it, it won't do you any good. The old man said, according to this old man, this space is so big. You and I each have a place, and we will mind our own business. What do you think? Lin Fei didn't want to shed all pretense of cordiality with the other party for the time being. This guy's background was too big. Lin Fei didn't want to have anything to do with the other party. The two people chasing after him might catch up at any time. It was not a good thing to have anything to do with him. Lin Fei felt that this method was feasible. If he really threatened Lin Fei, it wouldn't do him any good. Since the other party said so, Lin Fei could only agree. Seeing that we know each other, I'll do as you said. We will mind our own business. Lin Fei wasn't afraid that the other party would steal his heavens will energy. Thus, the two of them had a short talk and shared the heavens will energy in this place. The old man appearing in the same place made Lin Fei very unhappy. He could have been at ease, but now that he had appeared out of nowhere, Lin Fei had no choice but to be more careful. After ending the conversation, Lin Fei went deep underground and let the little demon rearrange the array formation. After adjusting it again and again, Lin Fei believed that he would be able to get more time for himself. On the other side, the old man was also frowning. Until now, he still couldn't figure out who it was. Old monsters that could live until now were not easy to deal with. Although I don't know who you are right now. However, I believe that before long, you will appear sooner or later. The old man sat down cross-legged and opened his mouth to absorb. The surging heavens will energy rushed over, forming a huge whirlpool. For safety's sake, Lin Fei went to the remaining places. Fortunately, he had the coordinates, so Lin Fei could move over and easily harvest the things. After that, he rearranged every place, trying to delay as long as he could. After that, every place was rearranged to buy as much time as possible. Even 50 years would be fine. 50 years of harvest was enough to make anyone jealous. Lin Fei's overall strength could also be raised to a terrifying level. Others might struggle over a trace of heaven's will, but Lin Fei didn't care at all. He could absorb it as much as he wanted and convert it for his own use. Let's see how you'll get in when the time comes. He paid a huge price to set it up. Lin Fei heaved a sigh of relief. Fortunately, he had set it up 30 years in advance. 30 years was enough for him to obtain a large number of destiny points. The old man in the infernal realm never left. He was absorbing the power of destiny every day. Lin Fei allowed the energy pagoda to absorb the heavens will energy and did not collect it. In any case, he was not afraid of this thing being taken away, and the old man did not have the guts to do so. Now, Lin Fei had to wait for the old man to leave. Once he left, he would immediately go and collect the energy blocks. As for arranging for someone to go there, Lin Fei would never do it. Even if he couldn't get it for the time being, he wouldn't expose himself. The guy in front of him, he wasn't easy to deal with. He thought that the old man would be the first to move to the second space. In the end, they weren't the first to appear. It's them. This time it was the blood evil world. Deep underground in the blood evil world, in front of the array, two people, one black and one white, appeared. When they started to break the array, Lin Fei received a notification and saw familiar faces. It was the two people who tried to enter the space and touch the small trap that Lin Fei had set up. They were directly teleported out. There's a good show to watch. Lin Fei immediately went and collected the energy blocks. He erased the traces of the array and returned to the invincible palace. When he returned, the two people reappeared. Their expressions were a little ugly, as if they had been agitated. "It must be that old thing," the white-robed man said coldly. "Maybe that old thing is inside. This is the array that those people set up. It hasn't changed for generations. It was only last time that old thing got there first, so it was modified later on. I didn't expect the old man's ability to get stronger and stronger. He can actually change the internal structure of the array. Amazing, amazing." The black-robed man's killing intent was even stronger. The two of them sat cross-legged again. They sat cross-legged for a few days. When they stood up again, they started to break the array and tried to enter. This time, they avoided many positions and advanced very far, but they were still sent out. This was also specially set up by Lin Fei's request for the little devil. "You're really patient. Then you guys can slowly break it." Although this person was dangerous, Lin Fei was now hiding in the dark, so there was nothing to worry about. Should I tell that old man? Lin Fei didn't have a good impression of the old man. What he didn't dare to ignore was his terrifying combat power. The system listed him as a super dangerous person. "Old man, let me tell you a piece of news." A black and white person appeared. "They seem to be looking for you." Lin Fei used the destiny manifestation again and appeared in the space to tell the old man the news. The old man wasn't surprised at all. If he could come in, the others wouldn't be a problem. As for knowing the white robes and black robes, it wasn't something that couldn't be guessed. It was just that they came earlier than he had imagined. "This old man owes you a favor." The old man cupped his hands, turned around, and left. Lin Fei didn't expect the old man to be so decisive, leaving immediately after hearing the news. On second thought, the old man had a plan in mind. Maybe he knew that the black and white people were looking for him. As soon as the old man left, Lin Fei heaved a sigh of relief. A mountain of energy blocks was good stuff. However, just as Lin Fei was planning to wait and see, the old man came back again and waved his hand to put away the energy blocks. "These old men have taken a fancy to them. I owe you another favor." Lin Fei was dumbfounded. In less than a moment, the old man took away all the energy blocks. This was the accumulation of many years, and it really piled up like a mountain. Lin Fei cursed and gritted his teeth. This old man was really a bastard, taking advantage of him for nothing. Lin Fei even suspected that the old man already had the intention to take them. "This is my harvest for many years." Lin Fei cursed the old man. If he met those two, it would be best if he was chased for thousands of miles. Ever since the old man left, he didn't appear again. Lin Fei took the opportunity to set up the formation again and took advantage of the limited time to collect the energy blocks. In the Blood Fiend world, the black and white people broke the formation and entered. At this time, Lin Fei finished searching and didn't leave any clues. No one would suspect anything if they came in. "Let's go." The two of them swept through and left for the next place after finding nothing. It seems like their mission is to kill the old man. I was wondering if they would absorb the heavens' energy. This is good too. I will set up the formation again, and there will be nothing to worry about. Lin Fei heaved a sigh of relief. In fact, what he was most afraid of was that the other party would stay and absorb the heavens' energy. With the old man as an example, it would definitely be troublesome. It would be best if they could chase after the old man forever. Lin Fei got busy. He watched and changed the formation every day. Fortunately, he had a lot of heavens' points, so he wasn't afraid of wasting them. After the old man disappeared, he didn't appear again. The black and white people changed to another space and began to break the formation again. Lin Fei couldn't wait for that to happen. Time also began to pass. 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. In the blink of an eye, 90 years had passed. In the end of the war, the small god dynasties were all swept away. Now, all that was left were the powerful god dynasties. They stopped to rest and began to accumulate their strength. The younger generation grew exceptionally fast in 100 years. The mysterious heavenly world seemed to have really disappeared, and it really didn't come out. Among the 5 subworlds, it could be said to be the one with the worst days. No matter who they sided with, they would have enemies. It was only 80 years ago that they really chose to side with a force. As the saying continued to spread, they had to make a choice sooner or later. Siding with a powerful god dynasty was undoubtedly the best choice. In the future, they would also have the opportunity to become a feudal lord. Chapter 2069. It's finally been 100 years. Lin Fei murmured to himself in the invincible palace. In a short time, 100 years had passed, and the structure of the divine world was basically settled. What was left was to slowly increase their strength, fight for the mandate of heaven, and become the supreme god emperor. In these 100 years, Lin Fei had never let his guard down, especially that old man who had never appeared again after leaving, as if he had disappeared from the world. The more this was so, the more Lin Fei didn't dare to underestimate him. There were also 2 super dangerous people, one in black and one in white, who gave Lin Fei a headache. Fortunately, they didn't reveal their whereabouts, but they still made Lin Fei nervous for a while. After 100 years, Lin Fei was looking forward to the changes that would follow. 100 years passed, and another 5 years passed. On a certain day, the destiny list shone with a blinding light. This light enveloped the entire world, and everyone saw it. The light shone brightly, illuminating the world. It's here. In the invincible palace, Lin Fei stood up. According to the system's calculations, the secret of the subworld would appear in 100 years. Although it was an extra 5 years, it was reasonable. In 100 years, I've absorbed most of the mandate of heaven's energy, and the rest is not enough. I believe that when those people find out, their expressions will be very good. Thinking of the 100 years, Lin Fei felt a burst of joy in his heart. Although there was a threat, he had absorbed all the mandate of heaven's energy. Although he had lost some during this period, it was relatively small, and it didn't affect him at all. Could it be that a treasure is about to appear? Or is it about that rumor? The dynasty, lords of the divine dynasty, all looked up at the sky, and then at the destiny list. No one knew that the destiny list would release a blinding light, and no one dared to come out at this time. No one knew how strong it was. Who would be willing to be a guinea pig? Everyone watched quietly. Perhaps they would soon find out what the destiny list was for. On a mountain peak, a black-robed old man looked at the blinding light, letting it shine on him. This day has come, but I'm more interested than before. I'm even more interested than last time. The old man was expressionless. Tianming, this isn't something you can decide. There are 6 subworlds. Perhaps even the heavens' energy has been used up. There's going to be a good show, hee. The black-robed old man turned around and disappeared. Only the sound of chuckling could be heard. The heavenly fate rankings continued to shine with boundless radiance, as the entire world was covered in light. Suddenly, 6 streaks of light shot out from the heavenly fate rankings. He headed in 6 different directions, but his general location did not change. What is that? They seemed to be heading towards a subworld. That's right. That rumor must be about to be verified. The first to react were the 10 Imperial Dynasty lords. Based on the clues, they more or less knew some of the situation. The fight over the past 100 years was all for the last secret of the child world. Now, the final secret was about to be revealed. How could they not be excited and agitated? They had risked their lives and expended a large amount of manpower and resources, all for the sake of obtaining this subworld. From there, he could obtain the final secret. Chase. The 10 great imperial lords were the first to give chase. Behind them, the medium-sized divine dynasties also began to chase. No matter how fast they were not as fast as the rainbow light. Boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, the world shook for a total of 6 times. A subworld. The treasure is about to appear. The huge movement caused the 6 subworlds to shake violently. Then a beam of light rose into the sky and stood in the starry sky. It was so eye-catching that it was impossible not to notice it. After the beam of light rose into the sky, it was filled with dense heaven's mandate energy. I know, the subworlds contain the mandate energy. The first dynasty lord laughed. Ha ha ha, why didn't I think of that? In the past 100 years, the first dynasty lord had been searching for the secret, but he only understood it now. No wonder I couldn't find the secret. It turns out that I need the heavenly fate rankings to crack it. The first dynasty lord went straight to the blood evil world. As long as I absorb the mandate energy, I can break through another realm. Then I can enter the last realm, the consolidation realm. At this moment, the imperial dynasty lords understood. The 6 subworlds and the 6 beams of light contained incomparably rich mandate energy, enough to raise people's cultivation by several levels and strengthen their forces at the same time. Now, they finally understood why obtaining a subworld was equivalent to obtaining the mandate of heaven. As long as there was a huge amount of mandate energy to support them, the strength of the entire divine dynasty would rapidly increase, and they would become the last 6 overlords to compete for the mandate of heaven. Thus, the beams of light rushed into the subworlds. Everyone could see hope. Ha ha ha, so this is the secret. In the hell world, Mu Rendi had been obedient for the past 100 years. As the beam of light soared into the sky, he felt the incomparably rich mandate energy and couldn't help but laugh loudly. The mandate energy is all mine. Mu Rendi rushed into the secret underground space and was greeted by the heavens. Well, energy. Ha ha ha. So it can continuously produce mandate energy. I'll absorb it. Mu Rendi was the fastest. As soon as he entered, he opened his mouth and absorbed the mandate energy. A huge vortex formed around him, and his aura continued to rise. Ha ha ha. Before Mu Rendi could enjoy himself, the rich mandate energy disappeared without a trace, like a flash in the pan. Only a small portion of the mandate energy remained in the entire space. What the hell? How can this be? Mu Rendi was dumbfounded. Where did the damned mandate energy go? This didn't make sense. It was gone. It was all gone. The weak heaven's mandate energy was tasteless like chicken ribs. Boom! While Mu Rendi was lost in thought, the Purgatory Dynasty Lord charged in and blasted at him. Ha ha ha! Mandate energy, it's all! Before he could finish a sentence, the Purgatory Dynasty Lord's entire face stiffened. At this moment, the incomparably thick beam of light had disappeared, leaving behind only a weak existence. Where did my mandate energy go? The Purgatory Dynasty Lord's eyes flashed coldly as he looked at Mu Rendi in the distance. Sensing the Purgatory Dynasty Lord's killing intent, Mu Rendi's heart skipped a beat. He knew he was in big trouble and hurriedly said, Taoist Purgatory, listen to my explanation. It's not what you think. Really, I definitely didn't devour the mandate energy here. You're the first to arrive. Where did you put that thick mandate energy? The Purgatory Dynasty Lord angrily attacked, unleashing one mandate energy after another. Mu Rendi wanted to cry. How did he get into such big trouble? I really didn't take it, Mu Rendi defended while explaining. Chapter 2070. Ha ha ha, this is interesting. While Mu Rendi was being blamed, Lin Fei, who was in the Invincible Palace, laughed heartily. Remove the array and let them in. Lin Fei was not interested in this. It was more interesting to hide in the dark. The entire mysterious sky world appeared again. After 100 years, everyone saw the mysterious sky world appear again. This situation was also discovered by the court leaders. Originally, everyone was afraid of the Tianqian court leader. However, once the secret of the subworlds was revealed, everyone could not care less. Greed could make people burst with endless motivation. Even if the Tianqian court leader was strong, he could not stop the crowd from attacking him. This Tianqian court leader is quite tactful. Many court leaders nodded. They went straight to the mysterious sky world, hoping to get some benefits. They believed that the mysterious sky holy dynasty would not make an enemy of the entire world. The 5 subworlds have a scapegoat. I wonder who will be the scapegoat in the mysterious sky world this time. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. Those 5 subworlds were in chaos right now. Whoever entered first would be unlucky this time. They would be the scapegoat for no reason, and it was the kind of scapegoat that could not be cleared even if they jumped into the Yellow River. In a short while, the 5 subworlds broke out in an intense battle. Lin Fei looked as if he was watching a good show. This seems to be a medium-sized, holy dynasty. Soon, someone entered the mysterious sky world. Lin Fei did not know this court leader. He barely had an impression of him and gave him a death sentence. Soon, the court leader entered excitedly. Then he realized that the destiny energy had disappeared. The remaining portion was floating in the space and was very weak. He gritted his teeth. Where did it go? Before the court leader could regain his senses, one after another, people barged in and started to fight. The entire space was in chaos. It's time to warn them to prevent them from destroying the mysterious sky world. Lin Fei smiled. Someone had taken the blame. There was no need to worry anymore. Boom! A terrifying consciousness swept through the secret space. If you want to fight, you can only fight in here. If you fight outside, I don't mind killing you on the spot. An overbearing threat sounded in everyone's mind. The expressions of the imperial court lords changed. This was the head of the Tianqian dynasty. That domineering and invincible fellow had beaten up the Dream Dynasty master. If he really wanted to kill them, they definitely wouldn't be able to stop him. Soon, everyone understood. As long as they did not fight in the profound sky world, they would not be in any danger. Thus, Chao Zhu instructed his subordinates to only attack within the space and not outside. That powerful divine sense, just now. It was as cold as knives falling on their bodies. If he were to kill someone, how terrifying would that be? So what if I'm out there fighting? Some of the other court lords were so bloodshot that they ignored the warning. Boom! A massive pillar of light shot out from the dynasty lord's body, reducing him to ashes. Even Jingguang wasn't able to save him in time, so everyone calmed down. This is more like it. Lin Fei crossed his legs. They watched the show with great interest. Heavenly fate rankings? You've miscalculated this time. 6 worlds. All the benefits have been taken away by me. This time the fight for the heavenly mandate is going to be difficult. Lin Fei was actually not happy about the heavenly fate rankings. Thus, when he killed the dynasty lord, he used his strongest attack and did not give him a chance. After the secret of the subworlds was solved, in addition to the initial commotion, another shocking news spread, causing the world to be shocked again. The accumulated heavenly mandate energy in the subworlds had disappeared without a trace. Although they knew that the subworlds could produce heavenly mandate energy, it was not as important as a cup of water on a burning cart of firewood. Thus, a question arose. Where did the heavenly mandate energy go? Why did it disappear? Mao too went straight to the first person to enter. A war broke out. The dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds were involved in the whirlpool because they were the first to enter. After all, when the subworlds opened, the first to discover them were Mu Rendi and the other dynasty lords. Humans were greedy and greedy. With the treasures in their hands, they only wanted to be the first to obtain them. As for the previous choice, it was a helpless choice. Now that there was hope to soar into the sky, they were the first to enter. Other than enjoying the first pillar of light, there was nothing else. At the same time, another unlucky thing happened. They became the scapegoat. In the end, Mu Rendi fled in the middle of the night, leaving a dynasty behind. This time, even if he had a mouth, he would not be able to explain himself. He had fallen into the scapegoat. Who schemed against me? That was the most helpless sentence they said after escaping. Indeed, they had all been schemed against. Are you all in the same situation? The 5 dynasty lords began to flee, and someone was chasing after them. After all, who would believe that such a huge benefit was gone? The pursuit was inevitable. The 10 dynasty lords gathered together. Now, they wanted to find out if the secret of the subworlds was the same. It's indeed gone. Although it can still produce heavenly mandate energy now, the terrifying accumulation has disappeared. Dynasty Lord Wushuang shook his head angrily. Me too. After I entered, the heavenly mandate energy disappeared too. Dynasty Lord Purgatory smiled bitterly and said, "It seems that someone took it away." Is there a mistake? Who could have absorbed such a dense amount of heavenly mandate energy? The 5 of them are the most suspicious. Dynasty Lord Subduing Sea said sinisterly. At the mention of this, everyone became even angrier. They had no choice but to be angry. If they obtained the subworlds, they would obtain the heavenly mandate. Everyone knew that. But now, what was the use of this empty subworld? Even if they could produce heavenly mandate energy, it would be a drop in the bucket. Everyone should distribute the remaining heavenly mandate energy among themselves. Well, what about the Tianxian subworlds? Dynasty Lord Purgatory suddenly asked. It's the same. It's gone. However, what makes me curious is that Dynasty Lord Tianxian didn't steal it. Do you all think that there's a problem? Dynasty Lord Purgatory said expressionlessly. Everyone's spirits were lifted. However, when they thought about how terrifying Dynasty Lord Tianxian was, they immediately lost the confidence to interrogate him. Even after 100 years, he was still the same. That battle had left a shadow in their hearts. Fortunately, they did not make things difficult for Di Tian back then. Maybe he doesn't care about that at all. Dynasty Lord Purgatory Dreams said. In fact, he also had doubts in his heart. It was not appropriate for them to say that. Then what should we do next? That's simple. Let's control the subworlds first and redistribute the resources. Chapter 2071. The Heavenly Fate rankings automatically unlocked the hidden secrets of the subsidiary worlds. But what was regrettable was that the number of people who benefited from it were few and far between. The hidden dimensions of the subsidiary worlds had also become useless. It was a pity to give it up, but it was tasteless. After some hesitation, everyone thought it through. The independent space was a must. The destiny energy produced inside was far from what the destiny energy outside could compare to. Next, it was time to see how it would be distributed. As a result, a noisy competition was staged again. The original 5 lords of the subworlds had become stray dogs who had lost their entire divine dynasty. No one knew where they were crying their hearts out. Our Tianxian divine dynasty is not interested in the other subworlds. However, we must have half of the subworlds of the mysterious sky world. Lin Fei coldly tossed out these words to the Imperial Lord. The distribution of the other 5 subworlds came to an end after an intense competition. Among them, only the Tianxian divine dynasty did not come. It seemed like they did not care. This made everyone heave a sigh of relief. Since the Tianxian divine dynasty did not interfere, it was easier for them to distribute. After dividing the 5 subworlds, everyone set their eyes on the independent space of the mysterious sky world. After all, it was still meat. They could not give it up. They could more or less gain something. When everyone saw Di Tian, they did not expect to hear such a sentence. They did not feel good. Half? Impossible. Dynasty Lord Meng shook his head. We will never agree to it. After 100 years, Lin Fei's aura had become more stable. At this moment, he stood with his hands behind his back and smiled. If you don't agree, our Tianxian divine dynasty will also take the remaining half. If not for the independent space appearing in the mysterious sky world, we would not even bother to ask. Dynasty Lord Meng was furious. Di Tian, don't be too greedy. This is the space opened by the destiny list. We will allow you to have 10% of the destiny energy. Yes, 10%. We are already very generous, Dynasty Lord Wushuang said. It was impossible for them to give up the independent space of the mysterious sky world. Even giving up 10% would make their hearts ache. There was no other way. The strength of the Tianqian divine dynasty Lord had always made people fearful. 10% was something they had discussed with great difficulty. It was impossible. He did not expect the profound sky divine dynasty to have such a big appetite, wanting half of it. If the profound sky divine dynasty did not agree, they would swallow it whole. This was undoubtedly not giving them any face. Who would feel comfortable? It could be said that no one would be happy to agree. Lin Fei was not interested in an independent space. The big head had been plundered by him, and the remaining soup was tasteless. However, in order to put on a show, Lin Fei more or less wanted a part of it. Half was not all that Lin Fei had. This was Lin Fei's real thought. No. Lin Fei shook his head. It looks like we can't come to an agreement. Everyone can leave now. The independent space of the profound sky world will be managed by our profound sky god dynasty. There's no need to trouble everyone. Lin Fei was too lazy to say anything else. It was meaningless. Let them out. Lin Fei had no such thoughts. Previously, he had given those people face by letting them in. Now that there was someone to take the blame, Lin Fei could attack without worry. As for their suspicions, Lin Fei was not worried at all. Anyway, there were no clues left. After looking around, the 5 dynasty lords were the most suspicious. Hearing this, they were completely displeased. The first dynasty lord was on the verge of being exposed. Di Tian really did not give them face, and his appetite was too big. He actually wanted to swallow it in one gulp. Was he not afraid of bursting his stomach? Isn't this too much? The Sea Lord had a gloomy expression. The independent space was opened by the destiny list. It should be shared by everyone. Isn't he looking down on us too much by taking the whole thing? These words undoubtedly provoked everyone's anger. Lin Fei said lazily, "Anyway, our dynasty wants this independent space. Now you can leave. Do you want our dynasty lord to personally send you off?" After saying this, Lin Fei turned and left, leaving only his back to them. The first dynasty lord's eyes flashed with a cold light, and his expression was ferocious. This Di Tian was too impudent. He really did not take their dynasty lord seriously and wanted to chase them away. With a flick of his sleeves, he turned and left. The last sentence was filled with a strong sense of intimidation. No one was afraid of the heavens, but they were really afraid of the mystic sky dynasty lord. Helpless, they could only retreat. Once they were outside the starry sky, their anger erupted. The first dynasty lord even destroyed a bunch of meteors. Damn Di Tian! How can they occupy an independent space? In reality, everyone was very angry. They had personally paid a visit and were very polite. That was already giving them enough face. They didn't expect that the profound sky divine dynasty wouldn't give them any face. What was even more hateful was that Di Tian, when he spoke, he didn't take them seriously at all. It was undoubtedly stimulating their pride. "Everyone, what do you think we should do?" The first dynasty lord had a strange look in his eyes as he asked everyone, "I mind if we organize some people to deal with the mystic sky dynasty lord again and strike a blow to their arrogance." As the number 1 dynasty, the first dynasty lord had never suffered losses elsewhere. However, he suffered losses again and again in the hands of Di Tian. The moment the first dynasty lord spoke, the expressions of the other dynasty lords changed slightly. Deal with the mystic sky dynasty lord? Save it. I say, isn't it just an independent space? In any case, there are no benefits. Why don't we give it to Di Tian? The Purgatory Dynasty Lord said seriously. Right. We have 5 subworlds anyway. We don't care about one subworld. There is no need to offend Dtion and the Mystic Sky Dynasty Lord behind him. The Green Robe Dynasty Lord, who was ranked 6th, said indifferently. I think we can do this, too, the Yang Fiend Dynasty Lord said. In reality, they did not want to fight with the Mystic Sky Dynasty Lord. That was purely because they were asking for a beating. The first Dynasty Lord's expression sank as he cursed them in his heart. How could they be like this? When they came, they were still acting as one. In the blink of an eye, they fell apart on their own. A bunch of cowards. At this time, the first Dynasty Lord was feeling very helpless. Very quickly, the first Dynasty Lord gave up. There was no need for discussion. No one was willing to make a move. Their plan to deal with the Mystic Sky Dynasty ended just like that. I'm dying of laughter. As Lin Fei watched them leave, he could not help but laugh out loud. Even though they thought that they were quite far away, this distance was nothing in front of the system. It was still under surveillance. Lin Fei could see their every move clearly. They are afraid. Attacking together? Lin Fei snorted coldly. Even if they joined forces, it would be extremely difficult to attack the Mystic Sky Dynasty. After 100 years of development, Lin Fei's power was unbelievably strong. Not to mention anything else. Just the substandard Heavenly Mandate weapon that he created had a 15-fold increase in combat strength. This was enough to make people go crazy. Furthermore, Lin Fei still had the Purple Moon Sacred Saber that could increase it by 40 times. We can't let them have it too easy. Chapter 2072. One day, I'll definitely kill my way back. On the other side, Murendi turned around to look at the corpse on the ground. His expression was still sinister. Ever since the Heavenly Fate rankings revealed the secrets of the subworlds, Murendi's greed had erupted. He wanted to obtain a large amount of benefits so that he could stand out. Unfortunately, he didn't get any benefits. Instead, he attracted a lot of trouble. Until now, Murendi still regretted that he was the first to rush in. Now, the whole world was looking for him, thinking that he was the one who took the biggest benefits. For example, this group of people was from the 10 great divine dynasties. Murendi wasn't that easy to bully. After a series of ambushes, he reversed the situation and killed all of them, leaving no one alive. However, Murendi knew that this was only a short rest. There would be more people chasing after him. The enemies were strong and they came in waves. Even now, he still hadn't recovered his Heavenly Fate energy. It could be said that Murendi was in danger. As long as there were more waves of enemies like this, he would have to surrender. The Heavenly Fate rankings is too deceptive. Murendi shook his head. He wanted to find a new place to avoid those people. A few days later, Murendi was pursued again. This time, there were more than 10 Heavenly Fate realm experts. Murendi couldn't defeat them and was heavily injured. He escaped to a star and was then surrounded in a valley. Murendi, do you still think that resistance is useful? A Heavenly Fate realm expert coldly said, If you don't want to die, come with us and explain everything clearly. You know that the 10 great divine dynasties are looking for the 5 of you. No matter how big the world is, there won't be a place for you to hide. Murendi wanted to curse. At this time, he didn't have his usual high spirits. His entire person was dispirited. From the high and mighty lord of a dynasty to a wanted criminal, there was no comparison between their positions. How many times have I repeated, there's really nothing in the space. The Heavenly Fate energy wasn't absorbed by me. Murendi couldn't help but roar. Murendi didn't know how many times he had explained this problem. Every time, it would ignite a nameless flame. This pit was too big. Even he had fallen into it. If he doesn't want to talk, we'll capture him and bring him back. The Heavenly Mandate realm experts surrounded him and attacked once more. Murendi was soon beaten to the point where he spat out blood. He couldn't resist at all. He hadn't recovered his Heavenly Mandate energy, and he had to expel it from his body as well. Am I really going to end up like this? Mu Rendi hated the 10 great divine dynasties for forcing him into a corner. Why did he end up like this? Whoosh! Just as Mu Rendi accepted his fate, a spatial fluctuation appeared. 3 black-robed men quietly appear behind them. They pulled out a long purple blade, and a terrifying aura swept over everyone. Who are you? Without waiting for the black-robed man's reply, the purple saber slashed through a Heaven's Mandate Realm expert's body, splitting him into 2 halves. He then fell from the sky without any signs of life. Mu Rendi's eyes widened. We, Reverse Kill, are handling matters. Who do you think you are? The 3 black-robed men coldly snorted. Purple shadows streaked across the bodies of the Heaven's Mandate Realm experts, causing corpses to fall to the ground. In less than 30 breaths, the ground was filled with corpses. Mu Rendi felt his scalp go numb. His eyes were fixed on his opponent's long purple blade, a Heaven's Mandate weapon. Only a Heaven's Mandate weapon can be so domineering, sweeping away Heaven's Mandate Realm experts. Mu Rendi's surveillance was not bad, and he finally saw through it. He was extremely shocked. Soon, Mu Rendi's heart turned cold. When the Heaven's Mandate Realm experts from the 10 great divine dynasties were chasing after him, he still had the ability to resist. However, when he encountered the people from Reverse Kill, he didn't even have the ability to fight back. Didn't they see the dozen or so Heaven's Mandate Realm experts being one-sided? Mu Rendi had never thought that Reverse Kill would be so powerful. They could even take out a Heaven's Mandate weapon and directly use Heaven's Mandate energy to the limit. Even the divine dynasty that Mu Rendi had established couldn't take out a complete Heaven's Mandate weapon, not even a fragment. What do you want? I really don't know about Heaven's Mandate energy. Seeing that they were coming, Mu Rendi's face was filled with fear. When he was chased by the people from the 10 great divine dynasties, Mu Rendi didn't show any fear. However, when he encountered Reverse Kill this time, he completely lost the will to resist. If they wanted to kill him, it would be easy. It wouldn't even take a blink of an eye. Brother Mu, do you want to take revenge? The ashen-faced Mu Rendi didn't expect to hear such a sentence. Not kill him. He could still take revenge? Of course, he wanted to take revenge. If it wasn't for the opening of the damned minor world, he would still be comfortable as a dynasty leader. Who would have thought that he would be betrayed in the blink of an eye? A bunch of shameless people. Yes, I do. Are you willing to help me? At this time, after experiencing despair, Mu Rendi only had revenge in his heart. No matter what, he had to teach the people from the 10 great divine dynasties a lesson. Although Reverse Kill had come to the infernal world to cause trouble and caused Mu Rendi a lot of losses, he didn't care anymore. He only wanted to take revenge on those divine dynasties. We can't help you take revenge, but we can give you some support. For example, a Heaven's Mandate weapon. Mu Rendi's eyes lit up. This scene didn't just happen to Mu Rendi. The other 4 dynasty leaders had also encountered people from Reverse Kill. Moreover, they had appeared in the midst of despair and saved them from danger. At the same time, the members of Reverse Kill also offered to help them take revenge. For example, providing Heaven's Mandate weapons. They didn't hesitate and agreed. Now they could only take revenge. Soon, the 5 court lords were gathered together. Their desire for revenge grew stronger. It's done. All of this was naturally arranged by Lin Fei. The 5 dynasty leaders weren't weak, and they had some forces under them. After a little reorganization, they would be able to take action. Lin Fei wouldn't let them take the Heaven's Mandate energy in peace. No matter what, he had to torment them, using the Purple Moon Sacred Saber to support them. He believed that there would be a good show to watch soon. Lin Fei smiled. Although he didn't care at all about the Heaven's Mandate weapon, it was only a 7-fold increase in combat power, which was nothing. This was also made by Lin Fei using the system. It was cheaper, but in the hands of a dynasty leader, its power couldn't be underestimated. It was much stronger than a Heaven's Mandate weapon fragment. Lin Fei wanted to see what the expressions of the 10 great divine dynasties would be when they knew that Mu Rendi and the others were back. You want to deal with the profound sky world? Dream on. Lin Fei smiled smugly. Chapter 2074. The Destiny List had unraveled the secret of the subworld. Unfortunately, the secret of this subworld did not bring them much benefit. Everyone was very depressed. Not only did they not get any benefits, but they were also taken by others. Now, all they could do was capture Mu Rendi and the others and learn the details from them. They suspected that Mu Rendi and the other 4 dynasty lords had taken away the true benefits of the secret space the moment it opened. As for what they had taken, they believed that the truth would soon come out. They all arranged for their people to hunt down the 5 dynasty lords, and the dynasties that originally belonged to them were also annexed. Not long after, the people of the 10 dynasties frowned. All the people they sent out were dead. Not a single one survived, and they were all killed in an instant. This time they were all surprised. They must have started refining the destiny energy in the independent space. Thinking of this, everyone's expressions became even more unsightly. This could have been theirs, but they could not sit still. They decided to capture them personally. Such a big piece of cake, everyone wanted bite. A good show is on. After they left, Lin Fei of the Invincible Palace smiled. Although the 10 dynasty lords had secretly sneaked out, Lin Fei's surveillance was everywhere. Even if a fly flew out, the system would record it, let alone 10 living people. The feeling of having everything under his control was simply too satisfying. Although he had to pay some destiny points, Lin Fei didn't really care. Coming. After they left, Mu Rendi quietly appeared outside the Hell Realm. However, Mu Rendi did not go in. Instead, he hid and waited until they were a little further away. He hid for 3 days, and the 10 dynasty lords were very far away. Mu Rendi made his move, holding the purple moon saber and killing his way into the Hell Realm. The Hell Realm was guarded by people. Moreover, the 10 divine dynasties had left people behind to guard the place. More people were guarding outside the independent space, with 3 layers inside and 3 layers outside. Kill! Mu Rendi appeared, holding the purple moon saber. His combat strength erupted, and he swept away everything in his way. At the same time, the same thing happened in the other 5 subworlds. The dynasty lords who had been chased returned, and their combat strength erupted. They had utterly defeated the people of the divine dynasty who were guarding this world. This is too terrifying. With the violet moon saber in hand, Mu Rendi's heavens will energy exploded. He was in high spirits, as if he had found the domineering aura of the past. He killed his way to the independent space and took a deep breath. Although it was not much, it was enough for Mu Rendi's consumption. Ha ha ha. With this independent space, I'm not afraid of anyone. Mu Rendi laughed. He believed that once the 10 dynasty lords returned, everything would change. After absorbing the heavens will energy, Mu Rendi attacked again. With the violet moon saber in hand, these heavens will experts weren't his match. In a short time, Mu Rendi had slaughtered all the people of the 10 imperial dynasties. Those who originally thought that Mu Rendi's momentum was about to collapse, once again tried to curry favor with Mu Rendi. In less than half a day, Mu Rendi used the purple moon saber to reverse the situation, and those fence-sitters were all killed on the spot. The entire Covenant world was flooded with rivers of blood. What? Mu Rendi had returned? Our people are all dead? Dream Dynasty Lord received the news from the spy, and his entire person exploded with endless killing intent. This news made Dream Dynasty Lord suspect that it was fake. Of the 5 subworlds, the 10 divine dynasties occupied the most weight. For the sake of Heavens will energy, they had arranged for Heavens will experts to oversee them. Apart from a few factions, they weren't worried about other factions occupying them. Suddenly hearing this news, Dream Dynasty Lord was greatly agitated. He couldn't understand why Murendi, a stray dog, would come back instead of hiding. Could it be that he had found help? Yes, Murendi must have found help. The Dream One Dynasty Lord suppressed his anger. The spy from the other side of the world sent another message. The meaning was the same. The people they were guarding were all dead. This is impossible. Dream Dynasty Lord finally couldn't take it anymore. For the 5 subworlds, Dream Dynasty Lord had arranged for more than 10 heavens will experts to oversee them, as well as a large number of god emperors. But now, news came from there saying that their people were all dead. What a huge joke. In a fit of rage, the Lord of the Dream Dynasty returned to the infernal realm and swore to capture Murendi and the others and cut them into pieces. Why are you back? As soon as the Dream Dynasty Lord returned, he bumped into the Peerless Dynasty Lord outside the underworld. Although they had all gone to kill Murendi's group, they hadn't gathered together. Given their status, they weren't interested in working together. Plus, there was no way they would work together for such a great benefit. But now, seeing them appear one by one, everyone was stunned. They didn't want to know they were back. They didn't want to lose face. They were all smart people and immediately realized what had happened. Taoist Dream Dynasty Lord, were your people killed as well? Peerless asked. In truth, he himself had returned in anger. His people had all been killed. You too. Whoosh! Before Dream Dynasty Lord could reply, a huge blade ray from hell shot toward them like a river. This attack was too sudden. The 10 Dynasty Lords had rushed back, not believing that Murendi had the strength to do this. They thought someone had helped him. Everyone's expressions changed as soon as the blade ray appeared. The power of this attack made their brows jump. They hurriedly took out treasures to block. Boom! A few of them were sent flying. Murendi appeared outside the Hell Realm, the violet moon saber resting on his shoulder, and laughed heartily. Long time no see, my lords. Are you satisfied with my gift? The 10 Dynasty Lords were in a sorry state. When their gazes fell on Violet Moonblade, they were all shocked. This is a destiny weapon. Impossible. How can there be a destiny weapon? Where did Murendi get it from? This is illogical. Did it come from an independent space? The 10 Dynasty Lord's expressions were ugly. They didn't have a destiny weapon, but Murendi did. However, they soon felt something was wrong. A real destiny weapon shouldn't be this powerful. But the aura of the purple blade was that of a genuine destiny weapon. Didn't you want to kill me? Have a taste of my power. Murendi sneered and slashed at the Purgatory Dynasty Lord, who was closest to him. The huge blade radiated a terrifying aura. The Purgatory Dynasty Lord took out a destiny weapon fragment and blocked it. The Purgatory Dynasty Lord's unparalleled might sent the destiny weapon fragment flying. None of you can leave today. Murendi's destiny weapon, Violet Moonblade, was ferocious and domineering. Even the fragment couldn't block the attack. Whoosh! Whoosh! Chapter 2075. Murendi's destiny weapons were already difficult enough for them. Originally, they were only 1 level higher than Murendi, and the difference wasn't that big. Now that Murendi had the Heaven's Will weapon, his overall strength was 1 level higher than theirs. The most terrifying thing was that the weapons were invincible. At the very least, they couldn't stop them now. If it was just Murendi alone, they would at most be afraid. But now there were 4 more, and the most frightening thing was that each of them had a complete Heavenly Mandate weapon. What's going on? For more weapons of destiny. Who is it? Why do they have 4 destiny weapons? The 10 Dynasty Lords were going crazy. There wasn't a single complete weapon of destiny in this world, but 5 of them had appeared out of nowhere. Their strength had leaped up, and they were now stronger than they were. Bam! 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 The 5 Dynasty Masters immediately suppressed the 10 Dynasty Masters and fiercely beat them up. The spectating court lords were all shocked. not daring to believe that this was real. Their eyeballs were about to pop out. Since when did heavens will weapons become so common? 5 of them had suddenly appeared. Too scary. What kind of dog-shit luck did they have to get their hands on a weapon of destiny? The 10 Dynasty Lords lost this time. I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect it. The 10 Dynasty Lords are all peak experts. They're destined to suffer this time. They all shook their heads, full of fear for Mu Rendi's group. Who would have thought that Mu Rendi's group would turn the tables again? 5 against 10, forcing the 10 Dynasty Lords to retreat. The 5 subworlds returned to their hands. Mu Rendi's group didn't let them go. They chased after them. He only stopped when he was almost at the first Mang God dynasty. He coldly said, 10 Dynasty Lords. Nothing much, ha ha ha. Their voices echoed in space. Following that, the same voice came from another part of the starry sky. It turned out that the ruler of another world had spoken. 10 Dynasty Lords. They'd lost all face this time. 5 Dynasty Lords acted impudently in front of the 10 Dynasties, drawing out some destiny experts. After killing them, there was complete silence. No one was a match for the experts who had killed their way out. For the first time, the 10 dynasties were suppressed by a dynasty lord. The world was in an uproar. The dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds shook the world once again, and their statuses were on par with the 10 divine dynasties. The 10 great imperial dynasty lords really know how to be tortoises. Lin Fei had been paying close attention to the situation, with the purple moon saber in their hands and the 5 of them working together. If they could not defeat the 10 imperial dynasty lords, they could just go and commit suicide. After losing a few Heaven's Mandate Realm experts, the 10 dynasty lords didn't come out to fight with Mu Rendi's group, which surprised Lin Fei. The 10 great dynasty lords weren't as strong as he thought they were. Now I can have some peace. Ever since Lin Fei obtained the Purple Moon Sacred Saber and gained a 40-fold increase in combat strength, he no longer took the 10 great divine dynasties seriously. After witnessing the mysteries of the Heavenly Fate Board, Lin Fei didn't want to reveal it so thoroughly. It just so happened that Mu Rendi's group was being chased. An idea came to Lin Fei's mind, so he arranged for someone to contact Mu Rendi's group and give them the Purple Moon Saber. As for why it was called the Purple Moon Saber, it wasn't the Purple Moon Sacred Saber, because it was on a completely different level. Calling it the Purple Moon Sacred Saber was a waste of its name. Mu Rendi, the Nether River Dynasty Lord, and the others didn't disappoint Lin Fei. With the Purple Moon Saber, they reversed the situation and caught the 10 divine dynasties off guard. Now, it's their turn to have a headache. Lin Fei chuckled. After Mu Rendi's group recaptured the Hell Realm, they used the Purple Moon Saber as their heavenly fate weapon. The world was in an uproar. Everyone was thinking about the origin of the heavenly fate weapon. Very soon, all kinds of rumors spread. The biggest one was that the heavenly fate weapon came from an independent dimension of a subworld. Everyone thought that this news was reliable. In the whole world, there were at most fragments of the heavenly fate weapon. There had never been a complete heavenly fate weapon. Mu Rendi's group didn't use it at first, nor did they take it out. In their eyes, they were refining it. Now that they had refined the heavenly fate weapon, they returned. Mu Rendi's group didn't respond. This way, everyone thought that the heavenly fate weapon came from an independent dimension of a subworld. They couldn't help but envy Mu Rendi's group for being able to stand up again with a single heavenly fate weapon. After the news spread, Mu Rendi's group didn't stay idle. Instead, they directly launched a thunderous attack on some divine dynasties in the divine world. Mu Rendi personally took action. The dynasty lords of the other 4 subworlds did the same. They began to wipe out the divine dynasties in the divine world. With the heavenly fate weapon in their hands, in just a few months, all the divine dynasties had sided with Mu Rendi's group. There was even a rumor that with the heavenly fate weapon, one would be qualified to fight for the final heavenly fate. This news spread like wildfire, and no one suspected that it was false. The 10 divine dynasties were furious at this behavior. They gathered their forces to deal with Mu Rendi's group. Unfortunately, the odds of victory weren't great. Each time, they suffered a crushing defeat, leaving behind a large number of experts. The situation in the divine world immediately changed dramatically. The dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds, which weren't very high in the rankings before, now had great fame. They even had the heavenly fate weapon, the people with the mandate of heaven. This didn't infuriate the dynasty lords half to death. They truly regretted not staying in the subworlds. If they had personally monitored them, the heavenly fate weapon wouldn't have belonged to them. Who would be qualified to fight them for it? Now that this was mentioned, everyone's stomachs were full of tears. The rise of Mu Rendi's group filled the dynasty lords with grievances. They couldn't think of a good way to stop them. Every time they organized an attack, they returned empty-handed. After a few times, they couldn't bear the torment any longer. Sigh, there were too few heavenly fate weapons. While Mu Rendi's group was majestic in a secret chamber of the all-heaven godly dynasty, the black-robed man frowned, seemingly stumped by something. Strange, how strange. Why would a heavenly fate weapon appear at this time? Could it be that there really is a heavenly fate weapon in a subworld? That's impossible. I can't be wrong. This black-robed man was the super dangerous figure that had been chased by the black and white duo. This time he was also shocked. The heavenly fate weapon appeared too suddenly, as if it had appeared out of thin air. Under normal circumstances, the heavens' weapons shouldn't appear at this time. Plus, from what I can see, the power of these weapons isn't even 10 times stronger than before, not even 100 times stronger. What is going on here? Everything seemed to have changed. Chapter 2076. They've lost again. This is the 3rd attack in 50 years. Mu Rendi and the rest are too powerful. They use the weapon of destiny to suppress the 10 dynasty lords. Perhaps in the future, the mandate of destiny will fall on the 5 of them. It's not just perhaps, it's very likely. Didn't you see that in 50 years, Mu Rendi and the rest swept through the many dynasties of the divine realm? Even the ancient forbidden lands cooperated with them. The 5 of them controlled 5/10 of the divine realm. As they lost again, all kinds of rumors spread again. That's right. The attack of the 10 dynasty lords failed again. Ever since the destiny list revealed the secret of the subworlds, Mu Rendi and the rest used the weapon of destiny to reverse the situation, killing everyone. After that, it became unstoppable. This kind of behavior threatened the 10 great dynasties. From then on, the 10 great dynasties and the 5 subworlds fought. As for the last one, the Tianxian God dynasty, they were ignored. They were too low-key. Originally, the 5 subworlds already gave them a lot of pressure. With the addition of the Tianxian God dynasty, they simply did not provoke them and focused on dealing with Mu Rendi and the rest. Hence, in these 50 years, the war between the 10 great dynasties and the 5 subworlds attracted everyone's attention. Unfortunately, the 10 great dynasties' attacks all ended in failure, and everyone knew that the 10 great dynasties were defeated by the weapon of destiny. Every time they failed, the influence of Mu Rendi and the rest increased to the limit. Rumble. In the depths of a certain forbidden land in the divine realm, at this moment, the forbidden land was in ruins. One person walked in alone. Another shard of the weapon of destiny, In the treasure house of the forbidden land, there were traces of violent breakthroughs everywhere. However, Lin Fei didn't need to care about any of this. Not far away, a forbidden region, Lord coughed up blood as he stared at Tian, who was keeping a low profile. Lin Fei pointed with the purple moon, sacred blade, and said directly, "Now it's your turn. Will you live or die? I admit defeat." The Lord of the Forbidden Land said helplessly. In front of this young Tian, he suffered a crushing defeat, especially the purple long blade. Just one blade was enough to make him unable to bear it, even if he was undying and indestructible in front of the purple moon sacred blade. He would also be killed on the spot. At least you know your place. Lin Fei left a mark in the depths of the other party's mind. In these 50 years, Lin Fei didn't stay idle. Instead, he searched for the fragment of the weapon of destiny. It might be difficult for others, but for Lin Fei, it wasn't difficult at all. He already had the first shard of the weapon of destiny, so he only needed to rely on the system to continue searching. In the past 50 years, Lin Fei had been searching for the heavenly mandate weapon shard nonstop. The purple moon's sacred saber's power had increased by 40 times. Lin Fei was still not satisfied. Lin Fei knew in his heart that he had messed up Heaven's will's plan and might have offended some hidden powers. Therefore, Lin Fei felt that it was necessary to improve his combat power. Without a doubt, a heavenly mandate weapon that could amplify his strength by 100 times was the best way. All right, this is the 8th fragment. Lin Fei threw the 8th weapon of destiny to the system. In order to find the 8th one, Lin Fei spent a total of 50 years. Now, he could finally heave a sigh of relief. Now, I truly have a super weapon. After throwing the 8th weapon of destiny to the system, Lin Fei couldn't help but laugh out loud. If he didn't have the weapon of destiny, the purple moon's sacred saber, it wouldn't have been so easy for him. With a 40 times amplification, Lin Fei could sweep through all kinds of dangerous places, such as the Forbidden Zone now. Done. The last fragment was fused. It took half a month. The purple moon's sacred saber that appeared once again was shining with purple light. This was already a super weapon. The purple moon's sacred saber that can amplify by 80 times is enough. Lin Fei loved it so much that he couldn't bear to part with it, although it didn't reach 100 times amplification, at least in this world. It could be said to be a super weapon. In fact, Lin Fei also wanted to obtain a complete super weapon. Unfortunately, there were far more than 8 fragments of this destiny weapon fragment. The last one had disappeared without a trace. Even if the system was able to analyze it, the chances of finding it were very slim. Lin Fei wasn't satisfied anymore. Oh, right. Help me calculate if I have the ability to fight against those super dangerous fellows now. Lin Fei had never forgotten about this matter. Lin Fei wasn't afraid of the 10 god dynasties. What Lin Fei cared about were those 3 super dangerous fellows. They were the targets that Lin Fei needed to pay attention to. Master, you are now qualified to fight against them. The 80 times amplification has already given Master the ability to fight against them. However, the chance of winning is 50-50. Lin Fei frowned slightly. I still underestimated them. Lin Fei wasn't disappointed with this result. There was only a reason why the system listed them as super dangerous figures. Lin Fei didn't think of using super weapons to kill them. If it was that easy to deal with, the system wouldn't have made this analysis. 50-50 is still okay. At least I have the ability to fight. Lin Fei heaved a sigh of relief. I still have to continue looking for other weapons of destiny. When I equip all 18 clones, let's see who will kill who. This was the source of Lin Fei's confidence. In the eyes of others, it was extremely difficult to obtain a weapon of destiny. However, in Lin Fei's eyes, as long as he had the fragments, everything was not a problem. With a purple moon sacred saber that increased his power by 80 times, Lin Fei's overall strength increased by a large margin. Most importantly, with this purple moon sacred saber, he could copy the purple moon sacred saber that was 40 times stronger. In a few days, I can go to the Supreme Demon Emperor's place. Lin Fei's eyes flashed. Supreme Demon Emperor, the big brother level in the forbidden area. However, the Supreme Demon Emperor was different from others. Ever since the Destiny list appeared, he had been keeping a low profile, because the current situation seemed to have changed. The heavenly mandate energy of the subworld had vanished without a trace. After that day, the Supreme Demon Emperor became even more silent. No one understood better than him what this meant. Someone stole the accumulated destiny energy and left behind a useless rib for everyone. After knowing this, the Supreme Demon Emperor couldn't remain calm. As the old antiques that had survived, they all knew the secret of the subworld. They couldn't say it out loud. That memory had been sealed until recently. Who was it? Just which great character stole the heavens' will energy? In the secret space of the forbidden area, the Supreme Demon Emperor furrowed his brows. Even if he racked his brains, he couldn't think of who the culprit was. As for Mu Rendi and the others, the Supreme Demon Emperor didn't care. He was just very shocked by the fake weapon of destiny. He understood that this world didn't have a complete weapon of destiny. Who would have the ability to create such a weapon of destiny? Who? Chapter 2077. The moment the Supreme Demon Monarch made his move, the heaven's mandate aura around him rippled and shone resplendently. His grab was extremely terrifying. Big brother, your temper is still as bad as ever. A hand casually reached out from the void and tapped the Supreme Demon Monarch's hand with a finger. At the same time, a calm voice sounded. Hua! The heaven's mandate energy swept out with this touch. The area around the two of them instantly turned into a black hole. The two of them were simply too terrifying. Their heaven's mandate energy was extremely dense, and it completely shattered the surrounding void, turning it into a black hole. It's you, Dition. The Supreme Demon Monarch retracted his hand and frowned. He was extremely shocked. Ordinary Heaven's Mandate experts wouldn't be able to block that grab just now, but Dition did it so easily. That's right, it's me. Lin Fei walked out from the void with a faint smile on his face. Ever since we parted, I've wanted to be a guest. The Supreme Demon Monarch hadn't seen Dition for over 100 years. During this time, Dition seemed to have disappeared and there was almost no news about him. The Supreme Demon Monarch didn't expect that Dition's strength would reach such a level in just 100 years and be able to shake off that grab so easily. 3 days without seeing each other makes me look at you in a different light. Taoist Dition, congratulations on becoming a top-tier expert. I'm afraid everyone will be shocked. The Supreme Demon Monarch quickly returned to normal. At this moment, Dition was already a top-tier expert in his position. You're too kind. The Supreme Demon Monarch invited Lin Fei to sit somewhere else. It wasn't a suitable place to talk previously. However, the Supreme Devil Emperor at this moment was filled with shock in his heart. He really wanted to know what Dition was doing here. This was especially so for Dition to raise his strength to this extent within 100+ years. Even the Supreme Devil Emperor had to admit that he was inferior to him. Taoist Dition, you're now a top-tier expert. This old man is quite curious. What wind blew you here? The Supreme Demon Monarch wanted to know the reason now. Lin Fei looked at the Supreme Demon Monarch and smiled. Actually, it's quite simple. I just want something from Big Brother. The Supreme Demon Monarch smiled. Taoist Dition, I'm afraid you're mistaken. I'm afraid there's nothing in this forbidden zone that can catch your eye. Lin Fei shook his head. Don't worry, I haven't told you yet. I'm sure you have what I want, and that's the Destiny Armament Fragment. Any fragment will do. You want the shard? The Supreme Devil Emperor was surprised. This had indeed surprised the Supreme Devil Emperor. The Supreme Devil Emperor indeed had a Heaven's Will weapon fragment, but he rarely used it. They were in the Forbidden Region and rarely interfered in the fight for the Heaven's Will. Yes, as long as you are willing to give it to me. I can give you something that will satisfy you. Lin Fei said unhurriedly. What if I say no? The Supreme Devil Emperor's expression changed. He said expressionlessly. Lin Fei smirked. If Big Brother isn't willing to give it to me, then I can only do it myself because I need the fragment. The Supreme Devil Emperor felt that Tian was a little too arrogant. I haven't seen you for more than 100 years, but your temper is still the same as before. This old man is quite curious. Given your current strength, you won't be able to force this old man to hand over the item. Boom! What about this? Lin Fei took out the purple moon holy blade and placed it on the table. Purple light soared into the sky. The Supreme Devil Emperor's eyes almost popped out, and his breathing began to quicken. He stared at the purple blade, no longer calm. A complete Heaven's Will weapon. Not only did Lin Fei want the Heaven's Will weapon fragment, but he also wanted to know some secrets from the Supreme Devil Emperor. Lin Fei was quite interested in the secrets of this old antique who had lived for generations. You guessed it. Lin Fei waved his hand and put away the purple moon holy blade. Now, big brother, you can promise me now. The Supreme Devil Emperor's eyes flickered as he tried to calm himself down. The terrifying aura emitted by the purple blade made the Supreme Devil Emperor feel what a threat was again. It had been a long time since this happened, and today was the first time he experienced it again. Amazing! You can be called the #1 expert in the world now. The Supreme Demon Emperor said slowly, with this super weapon, the 10 divine dynasties will be nothing but a joke. If I'm not mistaken, the counterfeit heavenly mandate weapons in Mu Rendi's hands were all made by Taoist fellow Taoist, right? Lin Fei was not surprised at all. As long as he gave old antique a clue, everything could be connected. I can't stand the 10 major god dynasties, so I asked them to harm them. Don't you think it's interesting, big brother? Lin Fei chuckled. The Supreme Devil Emperor did not know whether to laugh or cry. If the people of the 10 major god dynasties knew about this, they would really vomit blood. You're playing with the entire world. Lin Fei was very clear that the Supreme Devil Emperor had lowered his head. In front of a super weapon, the Supreme Devil Emperor had no choice but to lower his head. Since Lin Fei was here, he did not mind fighting. The super weapon had to find someone to sacrifice. Suddenly, there was a moment when the Supreme Devil Emperor felt old. More than 100 years ago, Tian's strength was not comparable to his. Now he had surpassed him and reached an astonishing height. These are the pieces of the weapons of destiny I've collected. The Supreme Devil Emperor took out the pieces of the weapons of destiny. Lin Fei glanced at them. They belonged to a few pieces of the weapons of destiny. Emperor Tatian and the others also have a few pieces. You can take them, the Supreme Devil Emperor said. Thank you, big brother. Lin Fei smiled. He put away all the pieces of the weapons of destiny. He was not afraid of having more of them at the moment. In fact, I should be happy today. The Supreme Devil Emperor suddenly burst into laughter. You've done something that makes all of us happy. Ha ha ha. Lin Fei also noticed that the Supreme Devil Emperor's smile seemed to be from the bottom of his heart. It was a smile that he had been suppressing for a long time. Lin Fei easily noticed this. An ordinary person's smile shouldn't be like this. Could it be that there's some sort of secret involved? Lin Fei's eyes flashed. Big brother, I still have a question that I hope you can help me clear up. Lin Fei said seriously. Go ahead. The Supreme Devil Emperor was indeed happy at the moment. He had never been so happy. This arrogant young man had reached an unbelievable height. I want to know exactly who created the Heavenly Fate rankings. The Supreme Devil Emperor's expression changed, then returned to normal. If you want to know this, you'll be disappointed. I won't tell you. Besides, I can't tell you. Lin Fei was quite surprised by this result. Chapter 2078. Lin Fei had never believed that the destiny roll was without a master. There had to be something special about it, and Lin Fei was very interested in it, especially since the fight for the destiny roll involved the 3 extremely dangerous people. Can't say. Lin Fei was shocked. Isn't the Supreme Demon Emperor too direct? Can't say, and can't say. Does he know everything? Lin Fei immediately came to a conclusion. Just as he thought, the Supreme Demon Emperor did know about the secrets of the Destiny Roll. Master, I think it'll be very difficult for you to get the secrets of the Destiny Roll from him. According to the system's analysis, the Supreme Demon Emperor's emotions fluctuated when you asked the question, and a strange energy appeared at the same time. Maybe it's because of that strange energy. No matter how you ask, the Supreme Demon Emperor won't say anything, and he had no choice. Little Fiend said, "So that's what happened." Lin Fei soon understood. The Destiny Roll had a powerful background. "Then I won't disturb you any more." Lin Fei didn't go up and ask for the time being. There was no need. Lin Fei had a guess. Maybe there was a forbidden seal inside the Supreme Demon Emperor's body that sealed some top secrets. Thinking about what had happened before, Lin Fei thought it was more likely, especially the secret of the subsidiary world. Logically speaking, the Supreme Demon Emperor and the others should have known about it. After all, they were all people who had lived for a long time, and they would know the meaning of it better than anyone else. However, they didn't do anything in the end, which was suspicious. Lin Fei stood up, turned around, and left, walking into the sky and disappearing from the forbidden area. He left just like that? Impressive. The Supreme Demon Emperor was also a bit startled. In fact, he didn't expect Lin Fei to be so decisive. He didn't continue asking and left when he said he would. "I had no choice. Maybe you'll give us a big surprise." After leaving the Supreme Demon Emperor's forbidden area, Lin Fei went straight to the next overlord of the forbidden area, the Sixth Underworld Divine Emperor, the Deep Abyss Demon Emperor. Lin Fei had gone to visit Sacred Lord Tatian and the other overlords in person. Since they didn't welcome him, Lin Fei simply barged in. The purple moon, Sacred Saber, opened the way. Along the way, he forced the powerhouses to show themselves and hand over the weapon of Destiny Fragment. "You don't look well." Lin Fei couldn't care less. He would think about it after he got what he wanted. When leaving, Lin Fei would also bring some invincible God Emperors with him to increase the strength of the Invincible Palace. The most important thing was the doubt in Lin Fei's heart. Every time he came out of the Forbidden Land Tycoon's place, Lin Fei would have a smile on his face. The doubts in Lin Fei's mind were solved after he left the territory of the last Emperor, Tatian. Amazing, truly amazing. Lin Fei gently shook his head. Who would have thought that someone would place a mark on the Forbidden Land giants, sealing away all their top secrets? If it weren't for my system, it would have been difficult to discover this. When they first came out of the Supreme Demon Emperor's place, Lin Fei only suspected that there was something fishy going on. After seeing the overlords of the Forbidden Land say the same thing, Lin Fei completely understood. It wasn't that no one knew the secret, but they couldn't say it, let alone show it. It was that simple. "Master, their energy waves are exactly the same, and there's that strange energy. Do you still want to continue investigating? If you want to, the system can help you break the seal." Lin Fei shook his head. "Never mind, there's no need for now. They must have extremely terrifying backgrounds. I don't need to alert them. They'll show up sooner or later anyway. Let's go back now." Lin Fei had become stronger quickly, but he wasn't a reckless person. If he hadn't met those 3 extremely dangerous people, he wouldn't have paid attention to them. Lin Fei wouldn't have paid any attention to it. It seemed that everything had been worth it. There was indeed a huge secret behind the Heaven's Will. In the Supreme Demon Emperor's lair, the 6th Underworld Divine Emperor, the Abyss Demon Emperor, and Emperor Tatian were all there. After Lin Fei left, they took the initiative to come. They couldn't sit still anymore. Tian had grown to such a level, and the most unbelievable thing was that they were all threatened. Even the overlords of the Forbidden Land had to lower their heads in front of the purple moon, Sacred Blade. "Old man, why didn't you tell us that Tian was here?" Emperor Tatian said with dissatisfaction. "That's not nice of you," the Abyss Demon Emperor said angrily. The Supreme Demon Emperor shrugged. I can't do anything about it. Besides, I already told you. Do you still want to fight with DTN? Although that heavenly mandate weapon isn't complete, you know better than anyone else how powerful it is. The Supreme Demon Emperor's words silenced everyone. Right? That super weapon was too threatening. Until now, they still didn't understand where DTN got the heavenly mandate weapon from. That was a great killing weapon. Even they were afraid of it. Just like what the Supreme Demon Emperor said, they wouldn't be a match for DTN if they really fought, especially when they couldn't resist the power of the super weapon. That was something they couldn't avoid. Sai, we're really old. Everyone is fighting for the heavenly mandate, but I think the final heavenly mandate might fall into DTN's hands. That kid is too good at hiding. Emperor, Tatian sighed and said, I still remember the previous generation. Even though there was a heavenly mandate weapon, it wasn't as powerful as the super weapon in DTN's hands. Everyone became silent again. They seemed to be recalling something. The Supreme Demon Emperor said bitterly, Everyone knows that DTN is interfering now. As for the Tianxian divine dynasty, there might not be a dynasty lord at all. Everything was just DTN's trick. Everyone was fooled by him. The overlords of the Forbidden Land were all smart people. They actually understood many things that couldn't be explained since the moment Lin Fei appeared. Lin Fei was the real manipulator behind the scenes. Everything that happened before couldn't be covered up. It was really unimaginable that he could come up with such a method at such a young age. At the moment, the 10 divine dynasties were just like that in their eyes. There was no point in fighting for them. Before there was a super weapon, no one was a match for DTN. If DTN went out to kill now, he could definitely sweep the entire divine realm. No one could resist the power of a super weapon. However, don't you think it's even more interesting? The Supreme Demon Emperor smiled. Those people have been scheming for generations and used this place as their base. This time, they're destined to be disappointed. We're just ants. Ha ha ha. Chapter 2079. Lin Fei did not know the true thoughts of the Supreme Demon Emperor. Right now, he only needed to know that the Destiny Board was controlled by someone. This trip wasn't in vain. Returning to the Invincible Palace, Lin Fei was completely relaxed. After paying a visit to the leaders of the Forbidden Area, not only did he receive the Destiny Weapon Fragment, he also learned some secrets. More vaguely, he knew that the Destiny Board was controlled by someone. But what was their goal? For the time being, Lin Fei could not figure it out. However, Lin Fei was not in a hurry. In any case, it would be exposed sooner or later. Master, what you should do now is to gather the destiny energy of heaven and earth. As long as you have a large amount of destiny energy, everything in this world will be under your control. Even if the leaders of the Forbidden Area were unconvinced, in front of your purple moon holy blade, they would have to lower their noble heads. Lin Fei nodded. This was very true. No matter why they created a God Emperor, as long as I control the destiny energy, then the existence behind the Destiny Board will have nothing to fear. Since they are hiding behind the scenes and controlling it, there must be a reason. I don't have to worry. Lin Fei rubbed his chin, then contact Invincible Number 1 and the rest. Urge Murendi and the rest to occupy more places. At the same time, set up the energy pagoda in this world. Lin Fei really needed to prepare for a rainy day, whether it was for himself or for his family. Just as the little devil said, as long as he had the destiny energy, it was not impossible to start a great war. Master, your way of thinking is correct. Right now, there is more heavens will energy floating around the world than before. Master can use the energy tower to collect it. As long as Master can occupy 80% of it, no, even 70% competing for the heavens will be a joke. Lin Fei laughed. Your ambition is not small. 70% of the destiny energy. They will go crazy. However, the little devil's words were still very tempting. As long as he controlled the destiny energy, it was equivalent to controlling everyone's lifeline. It sounded like a super cool thing. Now, you have to help me make more powerful heavens will weapons. One that can amplify 80 times is not enough. I want more. Yes, my master. Lin Fei's incarnation went to meet Mu Rendi and the other 4 emperors. Lin Fei's doppelganger represented counterkill. Even the dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds couldn't resist the temptation of the heavens will weapons and the terrifying increase in power. Envoy, we are already trying our best to expand our territory. Mu Rendi changed his previous high-spirited attitude and said cautiously, since the end of the pursuit, Mu Rendi knew that he had shed all pretenses of cordiality with the 10 divine dynasties, and there was no turning back. Countless experts had died in his hands over the years, and he himself had become a top expert in this world. My president has said it. You have done a good job. Continue to work hard and continue to work hard. The doppelganger wearing the mask said, in order for you to have no worries, I specially asked me to give this to you. I believe it will be of great help to you. Mu Rendi received it with both hands, and his expression slightly changed. After dismantling it, it was another Heavenswell weapon, and it was even more powerful than the one he had. That chilling aura was filled with terror. Thank you, President. It's good that you know. This Heavenswell weapon can increase your combat power by 20 times. It's enough for you to deal with any problem. Mu Rendi felt like he could die of happiness. 20 times. Just how powerful was that? All these years. It wasn't that Mu Rendi didn't want to get rid of this restriction, but he was disappointed that he couldn't find a complete Heavenswell weapon, other than the Heavenswell weapon. There was one more thing that he couldn't give up. That was the energy block provided by Counterkill for the first time. He could no longer refuse such a magical existence. The reason why Mu Rendi could use the Violet Moon Saber to attack cities and plunder lands, other than the power of the Heavenswell weapon, was that he had enough energy to squander. With the Heavenswell weapon and the energy block, Mu Rendi felt that he was invincible. Even those at the level of the 10 dynasty lords had a limit to the amount of energy within their bodies. If the fight went on for too long, then congratulations, you could run away. Mu Rendi didn't have to worry about this problem. He was besieged several times by several powerful Heavenswell masters, and each time he won by relying on his energy advantage. Ever since he experienced this feeling, Mu Rendi couldn't give it up. It was truly wonderful. Mu Rendi also realized that he and Counterkill were powerful, and that he couldn't fight against them. These years, his desire for the Heavenswell grew weaker and weaker, and he no longer had any desire to protect it. If he had this thought, he might as well hug this thigh tightly and have a better position in the future. He recognized the boss of Counterkill as someone who would become a god emperor in the future and create a new era. With the new Heavenswell weapon, Mu Rendi guaranteed that he would launch an attack in the shortest time possible and swallow up the 10 dynasty lords' territories. At this time, Mu Rendi was full of fighting spirit. At the same time, the same scene was happening in another world. They all felt the same as Mu Rendi. A new war had begun. This time it was Mu Rendi and the other 4 dynasty lords who started the war. They seemed to have contacted each other and attacked the forces outside of the 10 dynasties. As soon as the attack began, Mu Rendi and the others led the charge, sweeping through the dynasties one by one. The dynasties ranked in the 40s didn't escape this time. They were all swept away. It could be said that they came with great momentum, and everyone was shocked. Before, the 5 worlds had fought steadily, but this time their attacks were very fierce. No one dared to underestimate them. In just a month, 5 or 6 mid-sized dynasties were destroyed. After that, they didn't stop and immediately started a new attack. Everyone was scared. Were they preparing to unify the divine world? 5 worlds and 5 dynasty lords came with great momentum. Even the 10 dynasty lords were moved. Many forces had sent messages for help, hoping that they could send troops. Are Mu Rendi and the others crazy? Why are they launching such an attack at this time? Dynasty Lord Meng listened to his subordinates' report and felt unwell. In a short time, 2 of the dynasties under his control had been killed by Mu-Rendi. This was the biggest loss. And this wasn't the end. This was just the beginning. How could Meng-Yi dynasty not roar in anger? Send troops. We must send troops. Chapter 2080. The dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds launched another attack. This time, the offensive was very fierce. The 10 divine dynasties suffered the greatest losses. The territory they controlled shrank rapidly. They were so angry that they sent troops to deal with Mu-Rendi and the others. Under everyone's attention, the 10 divine dynasties sent troops, including experts who had condensed seeds of destiny. They were determined to drive Mu-Rendi and the others out. Unfortunately, they were fiercely attacked by Mu-Rendi and the others. After such a long battle, everyone knew the strength of the dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds. As long as they cooperated well, they could suppress them. This time, they were destined to be disappointed. From the very beginning, he had been crushed by his opponent. As soon as the battle began, 3 of the 5 heavenly mandate experts were killed, and the remaining 2 fled in disarray. It was a crushing defeat. It was the same for the other divine dynasties. Their heavenly mandate experts were killed again. The world was in an uproar. Relying on their overwhelming momentum, the 5 dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds once again broke through one divine dynasty after another, forcing the 10 divine dynasties to take action completely. Their borders were heavily guarded. An invisible oppressive aura shrouded the sky above the 10 divine dynasties. Everyone realized that this time, the dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds were stronger than before, which could be seen from the fact that they had killed heavenly mandate experts. At the same time, they came to the conclusion that the power of the heavenly mandate weapons in the hands of the dynasty lords had improved again, surpassing that of before. This news immediately made the 10 dynasty lords feel uneasy. They held a meeting that night. It was a meeting of the 10 divine dynasties, the ones who came with the 10 imperial lords. They didn't bring anyone with them, just the 10 of them. All of their faces were terrifyingly dark, as if someone owed them money. In the past, when they gathered together, they were all in high spirits. Now, they were all having a headache. Mu-Rendi and the others are a bunch of bastards. Why did they attack my territory? The Purgatory Dynasty Lord cursed with a dark face. In this attack, the Purgatory Divine Dynasty lost 3 divine dynasties. They had no ability to resist and were directly crushed. The heavenly mandate experts guarding them were all killed. The Purgatory Divine Dynasty suffered heavy losses. At this moment, no one could laugh. If it were any other time, they would definitely laugh at them. If they didn't slap their faces this time, when would they get the chance to? But this time, they were all silent. All of the 10 divine dynasties had suffered losses. It was just a matter of how big the losses were. They had never thought that the 5 child worlds, which had not been considered strong before, would become so strong in such a short period of time. As for the mysterious sky world, they had completely ignored it. They could not wait for the mysterious sky world to not come out so that it would not increase the pressure on them. Everyone, do any of you know where the purple moon blades in Mu-Rendi's hands came from? Dream One Dynasty, Lord, said sinisterly. Everyone fell silent again. A weapon of destiny. They didn't even have it in their hands yet, but they did, and they even changed it again. It was only when the power was even more terrifying that the scene of suppression appeared. Perhaps only they themselves know. The unparalleled dynasty, Lord said with a bitter smile. What should we do? We can't let Mu-Rendi keep attacking. The sea-calming imperial lord said with a dark expression. We haven't found a way to restrain them, so we can only retreat. They were the 10 imperial lords. It wasn't that he hadn't made a move before. He had tried to kill 1 or 2 of them, but failed. The gap was not big, and they also had the fragments of the weapon of destiny. But without a fight, they couldn't last until the end. Their plan to exhaust their heavenly mandate energy became a joke. In the end, they had no choice but to leave regretfully. "Why don't we negotiate with them?" The Purple Flame Imperial Lord said with great difficulty. "That's impossible." Someone immediately rejected. Hence, just like that, the discussion came to an end. Nothing was discussed. Mu Rendi's attack was still ongoing, and it was very fierce. They fought steadily, advancing all the way, devouring the territories of the 10 god dynasties. The 5 child worlds showed their valiant side. That was the 10 god dynasties. This time they were actually crushed by the 5 child worlds, and they had no choice but to bow their heads. During this period, the 10 god dynasties organized resistance, but it was to no avail. Even the 10 imperial lords made a move, and the result was repeated once again. They could only helplessly leave. They lost. Once again, they lost completely. The wind was also blowing in their favor. This can't go on. When Mu Rendi's personal reputation reached its peak, in a certain divine dynasty, 2 people, one in black and one in white, sat facing each other. There was wine on the table, but at this time, neither of them was in the mood to drink. I didn't expect that Mu Rendi and the others would make such a desperate counterattack, and then it got out of hand. Today, they are suppressing the 10 divine dynasties. The white-robed man sighed softly. They have even changed the competition for the destiny. If it continues, the people of the 10 divine dynasties won't have a chance to fight for the destiny at all. The black-robed man nodded. Do you think the people of the 5 child worlds have the support of Old Man Fu? If it wasn't for him, how could the heavenly mandate weapon appear? These 2 were the ones who chased after Old Man Fu last time. Impossible. The white-robed man shook his head. Old Man Fu is now a stray dog, and there's no chance for him to get his hands on the heavenly mandate weapon. I dare say that there's another unknown force controlling it. The 2 fell silent for a moment. They could see the meaning in each other's eyes. According to the latest news, they've received support again. Now, the heavenly mandate weapon in their hands has increased in power. It should be more than 10 times stronger, enough to sweep the 10 god dynasties. Chaos, it's all chaos. The black-robed man hesitated for a moment. Should we report it? Otherwise, the 10 god dynasties won't have a chance to fight for the heavenly mandate. It's time to report it. Mu Rendi and the others have the heavenly mandate weapon that's more than 10 times stronger. They have the capital to be invincible. The 2 nodded again. They had made up their minds. What Lin Fei didn't know was that the rise of 5 subworlds would cause a new change. Ever since Mu Rendi began to expand his territory, Lin Fei secretly set up energy pagodas one by one to seize the heavenly mandate energy between heaven and earth, and the harvest was surprisingly good. There was a huge difference between mechanical tools and manual labor. Lin Fei continued to seize the heavenly mandate energy. As his territory expanded, the amount of heavenly mandate energy he obtained increased. The divine world was also the main source of heavenly mandate energy. Right now, Lin Fei's focus was on the divine world. As for the 5 child worlds, they were all under Lin Fei's control. As long as he seized 70 to 80% of the heavenly mandate energy in the divine world, they wouldn't be able to do anything. Lin Fei was very clear about this. Chapter 2081. The war started by Mu Rendi's side lasted for another year. Over the past year, the 5 subworlds had been unstoppable, and no one had been able to stop them. The forces of the 10 divine dynasties had also been shrinking, and every attempt to resist had ended in failure. The dynasty lords of the 5 subworlds were known as the ones with the best chance of fighting for the mandate of heaven. The 10 god dynasties couldn't keep up. Now, half of the god world was in their hands. For the first time, the 10 god dynasties chose to fully cooperate and resist together, barely stopping Mu Rendi's advance. Half of the land had been occupied. The 10 god dynasties had been slapped in the face. Now the territory was in their hands. Now they only had about 40% of the territory. The remaining 10% was occupied by other factions. It could be said that the 10 god dynasties had completely lost. With mandate weapons in hand, the 5 subworld dynasty lords were invincible. They could easily suppress the 10 god dynasties. Trash, a bunch of trash. Master Meng, Yi Chao, raged in the palace, his entire body roaring. As the first dynasty lord hadn't smiled in a long time. His face was gloomy almost every day, and his temper was getting worse. Every time that place was taken, it was like provoking the first dynasty lord. The people below the palace were scolded until they lost their temper. It didn't matter if they were god emperors or mandate experts. These days, they had all gotten used to this method. The overall strength of the subworlds was about the same as theirs. Only the dynasty lords were extremely powerful. With the violet moonblade, they could sweep through them. There was once a mandate expert who didn't believe it, but he was cut down in 3 strikes. From then on, the 5 subworld dynasty lords were dangerous people in their eyes. They couldn't fight them. If they took a strike, they couldn't even run. Not to mention 3 strikes. That was fatal. After a round of scolding, the first dynasty lord sent them away. He sat powerlessly on his throne. Such a good situation, gone just like that. When the 10 god dynasties were established, the first dynasty lord was undoubtedly the happiest one. At that time, he was in high spirits. He never thought he would suffer at the hands of the 5 subworlds. Mandate weapons. The first dynasty lord knew very well that if there were no accidents, it would be impossible for him to fight against the 5 dynasty lords. There was a huge gap, existence that cannot be filled. Even Dream 1 dynasty lord himself couldn't find a good way to fight back and make him accept his fate. First Dream dynasty lord was unwilling. So why did he have to admit defeat? In reality, Dream dynasty lord knew how powerless his idea was. His only regret was that he hadn't taken down the 5 subworlds immediately, which had led to his failure at the last moment. Boom! The more he thought about it, the angrier he became. At this moment in the palace, an invisible force quietly appeared. Before this power, the Dream dynasty lord couldn't help but tremble from the bottom of his heart. His heaven's will energy was compressed to the point where he couldn't move at all. Who is it? Dream 1 dynasty master didn't even realize that his voice was trembling. It was a fear of the unknown. Even when facing Murendi, who wielded a heavenly mandate weapon, he didn't have such a terrifying feeling. Do you want to become a god emperor? The deep voice carried an irresistible temptation to the Dream dynasty lord. God emperor? The eyes of Dream 1 dynasty lord flashed with a glint. Who didn't want to become a god emperor? Wasn't it all for the sake of establishing an era that belonged to them and ruling over the world, dominating the world? Yes. Dream 1 dynasty lord knew very well that this mysterious aura had a shocking origin. It wasn't something he could contend with. He decisively agreed. Master, there's a situation. In the invincible palace, Lin Fei was lazily lying on a rattan chair. This was a gadget that he had exchanged from the system. What's going on? Lin Fei opened his eyes slowly. With the activation of the advanced mode, Lin Fei also let the system monitor the movements of the entire world. The prerequisite was the consumption of heaven's will energy. Lin Fei now occupied half of the divine world, and almost all of the heaven's will energy was in his hands. Through the system's analysis, Lin Fei was now very clear about the production of heaven's will energy in the divine world. Now that the little devil sent a notification, Lin Fei was indeed a little shocked. He thought that the 10 dynasty lords had made some new moves. Just now, the system detected a mysterious force descending on the Dream 1 dynasty. After that, the 10 dynasties and other dynasties all detected the invasion of the mysterious force. Lin Fei's eyes flashed, and he stood up. Mysterious force. Does it mean that someone is contacting them? Yes, a powerful aura has invaded the dynasty. Through the system's analysis, we have come to a shocking conclusion. The little devil chuckled. Master, your enemy has begun to appear. Enemy. They finally appeared. Lin Fei perked up. They can't sit still anymore. I thought they would hold on for a long time. I didn't expect them to come so soon. Lin Fei didn't have to think to know that the mysterious force descended in this way. Who else could it be other than those behind the scenes? Master, arranging for Mu Rendi to crush them all the way and occupy half of the divine world is tantamount to making them lose the hope of fighting for the heaven's will. The person behind the scenes will definitely appear. This energy is very powerful. However, Master, don't worry. Since they can only come in the form of energy, they won't last long. The little devil said proudly. Suddenly it said, Master, they're here! Whoosh! The sharp Lin Fei sensed a terrifying energy wave descending in the profound sky world. Then it appeared in front of him and formed a light pillar. I know you are Ditian, a lucky guy. The light pillar was formless and colorless, but it gave off a powerful pressure. It was as if a huge mountain was pressing down on them. Who are you? Lin Fei really didn't expect that the mysterious force would find him. He heaved a sigh of relief in his heart. It seemed that they didn't discover the real secret. Who I am is not important. What's important is that I can make you a god emperor. The voice was filled with temptation. You really think I'm easy to fool? Lin Fei wasn't a 3-year-old child. Fool me? Better save it. However, Lin Fei didn't plan to expose himself for the time being. You're wrong. I'm just a junior. How can I become a god emperor? Lin Fei rejected. I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Carefully analyze this mysterious force for me. Lin Fei contacted the little devil. He believed that the little devil could conceal his aura. He didn't need to worry about it leaking out. I'm only asking if you want to or not. Lin Fei began to ponder whether or not the person behind this mysterious energy knew his true identity. That was the most important thing. Chapter 2082. After receiving the news from the system, Lin Fei was secretly on guard. They were looking for an agent, mobilizing so many at once. How many forces were involved? Lin Fei was not a softy. He would not agree to the other party's request with just a few words. He had to probe the other party's background. If he could analyze something, that would be for the best. Enemy. Lin Fei had never treated the 10 divine dynasties as his enemies. In front of his violet moon's sacred saber, the 10 divine dynasties could effortlessly crush them. He knew that his true enemy should be the mastermind behind the heavenly fate rankings. After the destiny list appeared, coupled with the system's analysis, Lin Fei came to a conclusion. He needed to be wary of the existence behind the destiny list. If they didn't show themselves, Lin Fei wouldn't do anything. Well water does not interfere with river water. Everyone goes their own way. The idea was good, but there would always be accidents. The people behind the scenes had really come. Although they appeared in the form of a mysterious energy, it was enough to prove that his plan to support Mu Rendi and the others was real. They could not sit still anymore. You are indeed very courageous. It is your honor that we have taken a liking to you. The mysterious energy's voice sank with a trace of anger. Since I can find you, I can also destroy you. Hua hua. The mysterious energy turned into a long sword. Cold light shot out in all directions, an endless killing intent locked onto Lin Fei's body. Master, don't be afraid. He is just bluffing. He is doing it on purpose. Little evil demon mocked. Just now, I have already analyzed the source of this mysterious energy. Lin Fei had seen all sorts of storms. Threat? How shameless of him to put on a brave front. Although this killing intent was very domineering, Lin Fei did not take it seriously. It was far from enough to deal with him. It could not even break through the invincible defense, not to mention killing him. The moment the other party said this, Lin Fei was very unhappy. Can we capture them for analysis? Lin Fei was very curious where they came from. Sure. Lin Fei was very courageous. At first, he planned to be careful. After knowing that the other party was pretending, Lin Fei understood that they were just trying to scare him. It would be difficult to kill him. Of course, to those who didn't know the truth. The other party's powerful aura was enough to suppress everyone. Resist? No one would do it. They had long been frightened by this power. In Lin Fei's eyes, the other party was just a joke. Since, if you can't appear in person, then you must have misgivings. No matter what misgivings you have, as long as you have misgivings, Lin Fei has nothing to worry about. If it was just a strand of mysterious energy, it might be understandable. However, this mysterious energy had appeared in such a manner. Lin Fei knew very well that they were afraid of this part of the starry sky. This was Lin Fei's chance. Can you cut them off, so that they won't be able to pinpoint the exact location? Yes, I can shield the profound sky world, but it will consume a lot of Master's destiny points. At the same time, it will simulate another position so that no one will be able to discover it. Lin Fei was relieved. What he was most afraid of was leaking out his position. He didn't want to expose too many details. Shield it immediately. Lin Fei was prepared to take out the purple moon's sacred blade and destroy this mysterious energy. All right, all in all, this happened in an instant. If you want to destroy me, I'll completely destroy you first. What kind of bullshit is this? Lin Fei laughed and took out the purple moon's sacred blade. 80 times amplification. With the super weapon, the purple moon's sacred blade in his hand, he was filled with endless confidence. Kill. The purple moon's sacred blade struck the other party's sword, its power reaching its limit. Lin Fei didn't need to worry that this power would spread out. Little evil demon had already shielded it. With a swing of the blade, the sword condensed from the mysterious energy shattered on the spot. You, damn it, you actually have a heavenly mandate weapon. And it's an 80 times amplification. The other party let out a roar. The roar carried an exaggerated expression of surprise. Lin Fei couldn't be bothered to talk nonsense. The purple moon's sacred blade continued to slash. Wherever the blade went, pieces of the mysterious energy were shattered, unable to reassemble. You, who exactly are you? It was just as Little Evil Demon had analyzed. The other party was just a ball of mysterious energy. Its power was limited. It was no problem for it to deal with the 10 great dynasty lords, but it was still lacking to deal with Lin Fei, the person who wants your old life. With an 80 times amplification, the heavenly mandate energy was unleashed to its limit. With every slash, a portion of the mysterious energy was shattered. The mysterious energy counterattacked at the start, but the counterattack wasn't strong. Lin Fei, who had activated his invincible defense mode, attacked fiercely. With the purple moon's sacred blade in his hand, he was like an invincible overlord. You're dead. The mysterious energy's voice became sharp. No matter who you are, if you dare to spoil something good, you will definitely be destroyed. The mysterious energy wasn't an idiot. With pure energy, it wasn't a match for him. After threatening him, it prepared to leave. When the time came, it would come back to take care of this blind thing. On the way back, the mysterious energy was blocked. An unknown energy sealed Invincible Palace, trapping him in this place. Want to leave? Dream on. Lin Fei charged over again. He raised his blade and slashed down. Boom, boom, boom. The mysterious energy kept attacking. Regretfully, the seal of the unknown energy was too firm. It couldn't be broken at all. His mysterious energy was getting weaker and weaker. With every slash, a portion of the mysterious energy would be shattered. This made the other party fly into a rage. Suppress! The mysterious energy was getting weaker and weaker. Lin Fei opened the system and suppressed it with a huge amount of heavenly mandate energy. What are you doing? The system's unique spatial barrier came down and sucked in the mysterious energy, completely. Hoo-hoo! Lin Fei held the purple moon's sacred blade and felt a little strained. Luckily, I have the purple moon's sacred blade. With an 80 times amplification, it would be hard to break the mysterious energy's defense. The other party was very strong. Especially in terms of defense, it was almost invincible. At least, it was so in Lin Fei's eyes. Ordinary monarch weapons wouldn't be able to break it. He sat down again and opened the system page. He couldn't help but open his mouth. Damn, the consumption is really huge. In just a short battle, I actually used up 5% of my heavenly mandate points. Lin Fei at most grumbled a little. Without heavenly mandate points, not to mention concealing the aura, even suppressing this mysterious energy was an unknown thing. Now, Lin Fei only wanted to know the origin of the other party. As for the consumed heavenly mandate points, it wouldn't take more than a few days to replenish. With half of the divine world in his hands, Lin Fei had become the richest person in this starry sky.